what is going on? Subbies, viewers, what's going on? As you guys come into the room, come into the chat, you know what we like. We like the like button, okay? Speak to us in the chat and hit that like button on your way in. Please do so. We do appreciate you. Also, be sure to follow the panel as a whole on Instagram at OohLadiesFirstPanel, and then you can follow all of us by our individual names on all social media platforms, okay? This screen will be going away, but you will see all of the names here on the screen, so follow us, okay? What's going on, ladies? How are you all on this good Wednesday? I'm trying to get over the hump.
I know, I'm like, it's not Thursday, but it feel like Thursday. So to me, it's Friday.
Gosh. Yeah, 2 more days of a regular week. Oh, God.
Exactly.
Vacation, Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Child, I feel sore, saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. Here we are. Yeah.
Did you say sore and saved?
Yes.
And sanctified.
I'm with you. I'm with you because that's how I'm feeling right now. I am very sore, so we're with each other.
Yes.
I went to the gym and I got wore out. I was the only person that went, y'all. So I take this kickboxing class, and like I was the only person there. And you know, when it's more people in a class, you got time to cheat because they watching somebody else. But it just happened to be me. So she stayed on my ass, and I am exhausted.
But I bet it felt like you had a personal training session. So
I know.
It did. I have to agree.
I need one of those shots. I need a personal trainer to help me because I'm doing weight training. So I'm trying to, you know, get into like real, you know, strength training and all of that. And child, you be in there looking at them machines like.
I'm telling you, Bonnie, you gotta try.
I feel you.
Oh, strength training. I was gonna say, try that Peloton app because their strength classes are.
She said she don't like no stationary bikes.
Well, she don't have to get the bike for the app. You can get the app and still do the strength classes.
Okay.
Oh, really?
All right, I
didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right.
Excuse me.
That's good to know.
Good to know. I know, right? Well, I won't waste any more time, okay? Because I got some questions for you ladies real quick, okay? Y'all know it's December 1st. Some people had put their Christmas tree up like right after Thanksgiving, so 'tis the season. I know I did. But my mom was in town, so she get like that. What you said, Jamie?
I haven't think I paid my rent yet. I'm not gonna pay this.
The first.
I forgot today.
Make sure your rent is paid.
Shall I listen? It'll get paid.
See, they email us. They email. See, I'm weird. I be like, I don't want to pay my rent early because you know you got to the 5th to pay it, and I be late. And I'm like, what if that probably burned down on the 1st? I don't want to pay if you know I can't live here. So
I need a grace period.
I used to pay on the 5th, but now I just pay on the 1st.
I need that 15-day pay period. I mean, thank you.
True. That's hilarious.
The way these paychecks be set up, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, you too.
And hit like you know. Yeah, you gotta, you know, you gotta wait for you to get your check. But you know, it does get paid because we've been here for a minute.
There's that on that. Period.
Right.
All right, y'all. So it's Christmas time, right? 'Tis the season. And what I would like to know is if you could spend the Christmas holiday with any Caucasian family, who would it be?
Do I get to keep a part of their life with me, or am I just like hanging out?
That's hard.
This is so hard.
You want to keep a part of their life with you? You want to be friends beyond the Christmas?
Like, do they get like when I get the gifts they give for their like? Do I get gifts when I'm there?
Yeah,
I get gifts when I'm
okay.
A Caucasian.
This is really hard.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Brad Pitt. Yeah, I'll do Brad Pitt.
Who's a rich Caucasian I like?
I literally cannot think of anybody.
The first person
that you want to physically be around, right?
Is Sandra Bullock. Right. See, I like Sandra Bullock. Like she's like my favorite white actress. You said Ryan Reynolds?
I like Ryan Reynolds.
I like Ryan Reynolds too. I was
about to say that because I like him and Blake Lively.
Yes. And he rich, and I'm like, I would get some good gifts. He be
Not the
funny on
Chrisleys.
social
Y'all
media,
really be
though.
watching the Chrisleys like that?
Who's
My
on
mama was
Chrisleys?
watching the Chrisleys when I went over there to get my hair colored the other day. I was dying laughing. I was like, "Ma, you know who the Chrisleys are?" She
The
was like, "Yeah."
Osbournes.
That was
The
my second
Osbournes
choice. The
Who is the
Chrisleys.
Chrisley? Not Judge Judy family. Who is
No,
the Chrisley?
they
Hell
old.
to the nah.
They have like a TV show. I've
Not
heard
Leah
of them, but I
Remedy.
don't know them. The Osbournes are drug addicts. I wouldn't want to do them. The
And
Kardashians
they're
ain't
racist.
white. Tom Hanks no because of Chet. Madonna no because her ass is weird.
Oh, that would be fun. Tom Hanks and his wife and his
Rita.
They son
But
Chet.
see, when Chet come over and doing the little Jamaican shit, I'm gonna cuss him out and I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get cussed out.
I haven't watched. I see everybody saying the Chrisleys in the comments. I have not watched the Chrisleys, but I know who they are because they used to advertise like a motherfucker for the show. So I kind of watched a few episodes, but I don't really watch it like that. But I know he has a black grandchild that he goes up for. And that is what won him over, I feel like, with a lot of people, because now I see a whole bunch of people watching his show. And I know they was not paying attention to him before because he gives churchy, closeted, white gay man.
He does. He does. He was really likable from the show. I watched a couple episodes. It is funny.
It is family.
And it is the black granddaughter that they're raising that had me attached to the show for a little while.
I'm trying to Google white famous families to see who I want to hang out with.
Bitch, you Googling this?
Yes. I love it. I love it. Girl.
I don't know any. I gotta ask Google.
It's weird because if you would have said like a black family, I would have said like the Obamas. I would say Beyonce, Jay-Z. I would have said Will and Jada. But when you said I'm like Caucasian, I'm like
because we have to fear Caucasian people for a couple of reasons. We have to fear them. We have to worry if we're going to be hunted at the dinner. We have to wonder if someone is going to say something extremely offensive to us at the dinner, because people love to do that at Thanksgiving dinners. And then we also kind of, just have to worry about how are they cooking the food? How are they cooking the food? Are there cats anywhere near the food? So you have to be worried about so many things. So it's just kind of like I had to think real hard.
You think Brad Pitt?
Well, because Brad Pitt lived in New Orleans he lived in New Orleans. He has been down here frequently, owned a home here at one point. So that tells me that he knows how food is supposed to taste. Okay. And then he's rich. So that's another thing. Once you know what food's supposed to taste like and then you rich, there's no excuse for you to eat bland food.
I would do George Clooney. Because George Clooney is real rich.
Is he white? He full white?
Yes. I think he's white. He's white.
Something about him seems just a little lightly seasoned. That's why I be like,
is he
white
with Italian or something?
It's a tan and dark hair.
He got married.
Probably some type of European.
Got married, had them twins, and we had no hair of George. So George over there sit on a pile of money, comfortable,
probably with a nice beard.
Yes, he got good chefs.
I changed mine, y'all.
George Clooney.
I realized who I would hang with.
Who?
My girl, Kathy Hilton, period. Over there on Real Housewives Beverly Hills. Scoot over Paris. I'm coming to town.
Oh, wow.
I would definitely hang out with some Kathy.
She that
I like Kathy. Yeah, she is funny as hell.
She was likable.
I don't watch
if you watch this, if you watch this the one season of Beverly Hills, it'll catch you up with everybody else, and you'll like Kathy. Kathy's a weird white woman, and she's not a Karen, but she's a Karen. She's a little bit because she's white.
She's a Kathy,
but
she's a Kathy,
right? But she's still cool.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She can come over and sit down and bring some butlers and bring, you know what I'm saying, some good gifts.
Ooh.
Nobody give you a whole apartment.
Two good ones in the comments.
Say what now?
Pink and Reese Witherspoon. That's two good ones I didn't think about.
Reese Witherspoon.
We do like both of those white ladies. That is right.
I love her from home, Alabama
too.
You said who?
What about who?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow. Her Sex, Love, and Group show had made me like her. I'm not even gonna lie.
I don't know about her.
She seems very self-reflective.
Was she the first one who had the coochie candles?
Yes, and she is supposedly best friends with Beyonce.
It would make sense.
Is she?
I've seen her I've seen her talk and shit, and she hella chill. Like she be talking and she be like, You know, because I would think I have often thought she was like pretentious or something. And I watched her on that Sex, Love, and Goop show, and she was so relatable. Like, she was just like, I just be like, you know, I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, like her everything. She's chill as shit. And I was just like, okay, I see it now.
Jane Fonda. You know, hanging out with Jane
Fonda.
Yes.
Oh, yes, Jane Fonda. Yes.
I was scared she might fall.
With the Kardashians?
Child, Jane Fonda, look her up, girl.
The Kardashians will be like being in the Black House. I mean, they're not white enough for me. I mean, it's
not a Black House for sure.
You know,
it's the period of
they're gonna do this on us.
All them black men and all the black children
for the Kardashians. It's the ass reductions. It's the less tans. It's the straightened hair. It's getting the white men from me. So I don't think it would be like being in a black household.
At all. At all.
Oh,
I
just want to get gifts. I want good gifts I can like use.
Like they will probably give you really good gifts.
Yeah, I want like a swag
But it's not
bag.
Christmas, right? No, is it Christmas? I was thinking Thanksgiving. It's Christmas. Sorry, y'all. Mine in the past. But yeah, no, still, you have to still worry about all those things.
All right, I got one more for y'all.
Not going to the Kardashians.
What's your all-time favorite Christmas song?
Silent Night.
I like Boys to Men, Let It Snow.
It's
Silent Night by the Temptations. I like Boys to Men.
The mistletoe.
I'm like,
I
like this.
Play over Boys to Men like this.
Let it snow.
Thank you.
I don't like slow Christmas music. I'm like, cut that off. I want to hear my mom. Why is Jerry hugging herself?
Let it snow.
That's my song.
Let it snow. Don't get me to the Brian McKnight part. Come over here.
See, I like TLC Sleigh Bells. I like Run DMC. You know, Christmas and Hollis Queens. Those are my go-to because I don't like slow. I need.
Ooh, somebody said
Kaya. What about what you
that's my shit.
Her for Christmas. Tell me what you going. Y'all
Kaya's Christmas song is my shit.
Kaya got a Christmas song?
I forgot about Kaya. Yeah, she do.
It's under the
It's cute. It's cute.
I love it.
It's cute. Was it a Santa
baby?
I forgot what it is.
Hurry. Santa Yogo. Santa baby.
That's what it was.
It's
coming. My Boys to Men is corny, honey.
No. I saw it.
No. As people, they are corny. Musically, they are legends. Be respectful.
We never even really got to know them. And thank God it wasn't reality shows back then because we don't know who was is.
They would not have been popular if we would have got to know them as people. It was so important for people to just be artists back in the day. Jesus.
Right.
I feel like Sean, ain't that his name? I think it's the
not DMX.
The skinniest one in the group. I think Sean would have been
probably cool.
Really likable had he been on reality TV.
Yeah, he probably was the only one.
We probably would have had
Sean would have been a Cynthia. Sean would have been Cynthia.
Wanye
would have been Wanye would have been
Nene.
Would have been Nene. And then
you don't think Michael would have been Cynthia? She got kicked off early. She's the nice one. She's tall.
Is Michael the deep voice one?
Yes, girl.
No, that's Candy. Because Candy can come and go if she please.
No. I'm hurt by that because I really loved his talking parts. Like they usually would like the best part of the song a lot. Like besides the runs, like a part of the song. Sometimes I needed his talking.
Well, no, like we need him, but if he's there, he good. But if he's not, like I'm good without y'all. I'm over here. Like Candy, I'm okay. I'm on show. Yeah. Good. I'm not bye. She good because we've always still liked him and was upset we wasn't there, but he was still good not being there.
Damn, why you put Boys to Men in my mind? Say I'm sorry.
I'm surprised nobody's saying Mariah Carey.
Somebody said
it. They said Mariah.
Yeah.
But somebody said DMX and that reminded me.
I'm a thug about your daddy. I'm a thug.
DMX got a Christmas song?
No. He recorded it after, but ain't good. Dasher and Master and Brazen and Donna and Lazy. Yeah.
Wait till they play that this year.
That's a shit. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Preacher's Wife is always a favorite. Absolutely a favorite. Man, somebody was playing I Love the Lord and I instantly went into it. I love. Don't make me do it, y'all, but y'all know I lives and I goes up for the Whitney of it all. And the preacher's wife preacher's wife is definitely one of the best like Christmas movies and like albums for sure. And Destiny's Child for sure. 8 Days of Christmas.
Yeah, I saw that Destiny's Child. Yeah, that's
Not in my mind. In my mind.
Listen, I'm definitely gonna be listening
y'all.
to that Destiny Child though. You gotta play it at some point.
My baby gets
I need to update my playlist.
Open sleigh. Here we go. Listen, we're gonna move. We're gonna go. I'm gonna stop. Music. It's hard for me. Music.
It's all good. We're about to switch over. We're about to go ahead and hop into some fashion stuff. I mean, you can if you want to. We won't stop you.
No. I mean, if you need it, if you needed the break, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready.
A true entertainer right here.
Okay.
Right. Ready. All right, y'all. So I got some fashions. Okay, I want us to look at, analyze, review, whatever we're gonna do with it. The Soul Train Awards came on this past Sunday, so I grabbed some looks of those ladies and gentlemen, and I wanted to get you guys thoughts. Okay, we have Miss Paula Patton, Miss Ashanti, as she was awarded that night, and Miss Summer Walker, who recently released her album. So I wanted to get you guys thoughts. First off, I want to say Paula Patton, I'm not crazy about her dress. I guess because I'm not a fan of cheetah print. The dress is cute, but not the cheetah print, and the shoes are okay. Loved everything about Ashanti's look, and I feel like Summer Walker looks nice, and I feel like I like the way her dress fits on her. She looks cute. I'm loving the pose much more than the pose that she took a few years ago when she was standing there looking shocked and scared. But overall, I think, Ashanti and Summer did a great job.
Better than the drill sergeant pose. That's what you're talking about.
With her shoulders up to her ears.
Yes, yes.
I remember.
Yes.
Right. So Paula, to me, I feel like Paula Patton is giving 2009, 10 Jerseylicious. It's the hot pink and the cheetah for me that I'm not really liking.
I don't like it at all. It's definitely not this era.
It's because the dress don't match the dress. Has she had the same?
The dress don't match the dress.
Has she had the cheetah print match the black?
Patton is still here.
Now this show had it matched, it wouldn't make sense. But it's like it's two different dresses, and the shoe don't match either dress. I just wish she would have had the dress the same with two different prints. It would have looked better. But it's like a half cocktail dress and a half suit jacket. It's like, pick one.
Yeah, and the hot pink is supposed to be that pop, but it just didn't. Ashanti looks amazing. Ashanti has that body yada, but she didn't have to give like anything overly sexual. Like, look at her arms. She look good. Super good.
She do.
Yeah, I love that dress. It fits great. I love her whole look. Even her performance outfit, I love that too. She, I think Ashanti has really stepped up her fashion game since back in the day. And I think she's finally in her own. So she looks great.
Yeah, I love her dress. I think it's really pretty. The only thing I don't like is that I wish they would have did an updo with this dress. Because I feel like the dress is so dramatic. I mean, her hair is pretty, but I feel like an updo would have like killed this for me. Just because of how dramatic the dress is. I don't know, in my mind, this type of dramatic dress needs a updo in my mind, or some type of curl around the face, but the straight to the back, for her, it's not giving what I would like, but she still looks really amazing. But yeah, go ahead, Necey. You got to tell us what you think about Summer down there.
Yeah, I like this flow. I feel like the updo on Ashanti will be cute as long as she not going updo in the direction that we see on a Summer Walker. I don't like that hair. The bang is cute, but I don't like how high. Like I don't know what this. The hair is just sitting real high. The dress, I don't mind it at all. It's fine. The shoes are
It's a
fine.
statement
I really
piece.
don't have anything to say. Yeah.
I like Summer's dress. I like the reason I like her hair because she has I think it's either dreads or locks. So I like how she put the locks up in the on the
Like goddess
ponytail.
locks.
Yeah, so
Oh, I thought
those
it
of
was
her
a
hair.
wig. I hadn't seen any other
Nah,
picture.
Yeah, I saw it on
it's
her
locks.
Instagram. It looked better in the pictures than I think it does here.
Yeah, it's really cute on the close up of it. I like her dress and her shoes. She looks great.
I think she looks good. I think the dress looks really great on her body. And I like her shoes. Her shoes are really pretty. So I think she looks good.
Mhm.
That's all.
Good.
That's it.
And I see a lot of people saying, a couple people saying her tattoos are distracting. I like her tattoos. In the not the one on her face, not Larry on her face.
Oh, good
I
night.
don't mind her tattoos.
I don't mind her tattoos either, because some people just like tattoos. I'm definitely about to get another piece on my arm. But y'all, Paula Patton's show Sacrifice is really good. I don't know if y'all saw me DM y'all about that, but I watched it, the whole show, and it was good. I think we did talk about it. Shall we be talking about
Is it on BET Plus?
Yeah.
Yes.
The movie came out,
Okay.
I believe, a couple months ago. So they put the movie. They made the movie now a series. Like the first episode of season 2 is the movie, and then the rest of it is the actual season. Because it was really good before. I was happy they gave it a series like renewal.
I think it was definitely better than, like, even though it had some of the same players in it, I think it was better than some of the other shows when it came to like the storyline. I was definitely engaged and felt like I understood what the hell was going on. Sometimes on Family Business, I'd be like, who? What person?
Oh, I love Family Business. They need to keep
you really got to be
episodes.
paying close attention, because if you fall off, bitch, you do not know who, what, shit, John. You don't know nothing that's going on. But yeah, it's definitely like one of those like suspense shows. But Paula Patton does really good in that show. Y'all should check that out.
I'm shocked.
Okay. Let's switch over. I got another set here with Normani, our girl Miss Ari Lennox, and Parker McKinney and her hips. I was not crazy about Normani's outfit or her hair.
No, I look photos. That's why I started laughing.
I wasn't.
Yeah, that wasn't a flattering look for her head shape.
It's not. I like Ari's look. I think everything about Ari's look looks good. But Parker, I didn't like anything about this. It looked like she got on sandals. I don't know.
I didn't even know. I didn't realize who Parker was.
Child, that's
Katie from My Wife and Kids. She's on Game People Play.
Right.
Game People Play was good last night, y'all. The show is getting good. Just saying.
I like Parker outfit. I think it's different. I think she's trying to stand out more and maybe get more noticed. I thought her hair was really, really big, which I didn't mind it, but I also felt like it could have been less big. And I wish the jumpsuit pants were not as flowy as they are. They're very, very bell-bottomy, so that part was a little bit weird. But I like what she was going for. I do think she got on sandals, and that's weird. I loved Ari's look. She looks fucking amazing, like absolutely amazing. And Normani's photo looks photoshopped, so I don't know why her titties is up so high. And or maybe she probably took a breath in and they snapped a photo, and then this is the weirdness that we get.
Nah, that top is holding her titties up like that. I think she's taped.
Was there a theme?
It made was a 70s theme?
Parker dressed like that because Soul Train. That's why.
Okay, yeah, Soul Train. That makes sense.
Train, disco ball type. That's why Parker's dressed like that.
Okay. It could have been tailored a little bit better on the foot. That's probably like an issue. And the shoes, she could have did a little bit better with the shoes. I don't hate the hair. I just don't like the makeup. I think we could have done better with the eye makeup, because I think it kind of makes you look at her like, what the hell is going on with her eyes? Like, it just could have been better makeup. Ari obviously is stunning. The thigh is everything. The breast, the dress, the shoes, the hair, the makeup. It's giving everything that needs to be given. Normani, this was a bad hair choice. It was almost like they could not book my girl Ashanti to do her hair, and somebody else had to do it for her, like her little cousin or something. Because this ponytail half up with the rest down, and the baby hair looked like some shit we would have did with a bumper iron in the bathroom before we came out here. And the outfit, I think that her breasts are taped too severely right here. And that's why it looks weird like that. But I like the dress. I just think that her breasts are taped too far up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really have no thoughts on Parker outfit is giving Halloween. It just is what it is. It reminds me of when I was in college and we would go to the Halloween party. Pretty much every year I would do the little disco girl. I had a cute little outfit like this, but we knew we was gonna be drunk before the end of the night, so I would wear flats with the outfit. And I know she probably wearing heels, but the fact that we can't see nothing but this people's toes just makes it look like she's probably wearing flats. So I'm not really caring for if she would have changed her hair or something, I think it would have complemented the outfit better to fit the theme. All right, I'm loving the hip dip. Loving the hip dip. There's other pictures of her where there's better poses, but other than that, I think Ari, I just love Ari. She's so real, you know? She be posting, she be working out at Planet Fitness. I'd be like, Ari? Yes. Normani, yeah, it's giving homecoming prom 99. So yeah, I mean, she looked
definitely
good.
Giving 99. You ain't never lied. I definitely thought 97 through 99.
Yes, that's exactly what it's looking like.
Couldn't even make it to the 2000s. I can't.
That's what it needed, a choker and Robin Givens' big hair. That's what it needed.
Yes.
Is it me or does anybody else think that Parker looks like a thick Diana Ross in this?
Yeah, I feel like that's what she was
probably
going
just me. Oh, you're probably right. And there's that.
I don't know.
There's that.
She looked different, but I don't know about that. Maybe not Diane. I don't know.
Jamie is perplexed. She's puzzled. All right, let's switch over. I got some cast members here from Sistas. I cannot recall this first lady's name, but I'm gonna call her.
That's KJ.
KJ Smith, I believe.
KJ. I was gonna call her Carrie. I'm like, I know that's not it. So KJ, and then we have DeVal, and then we also have Crystal. I believe that's her name. I think DeVal looks great. He's a very handsome man. Kept it real cute. Kept it simple.
I've been telling y'all, somebody gonna fuck that lady husband. I've been telling y'all.
They have a YouTube page. I saw his YouTube page. I'm like, no, like they YouTube, him and his wife YouTube page. I'm like, they want to get fucked. Okay, not just him, her too.
Bruh.
Yeah, like, you know.
No, they absolutely do. But I feel like, yeah, no, they're a beautiful couple. But I just absolutely feel like, girl, somebody gonna fuck your husband. It's sad. I feel bad for you.
Everybody might fuck their husband.
I feel so bad for you, sis. It's gonna happen.
I don't like Crystal's outfit.
She's not the only person that has that thought. That's true.
I'll be thinking it too.
I don't like Crystal's outfit. I
ain't gonna lie. I'd be like, Crystal, have you hit that yet? Like,
yeah.
I hope not. Don't fuck your coworker now.
Let me mind my business.
I would be uncomfortable as hell if I was his wife because I can't.
Well, she looked like his wife, so it may be easy because they favor.
She does. They match. They both are equally beautiful.
Yeah, but I don't like Crystal's outfit. I don't like the train of it all. I don't understand her outfit. I think her hair looks too much like a wig. I just didn't like her whole look. And even with KJ, I don't like the big ruffle on the arm. I don't get the big ruffle, but I do think DeVal looks great. You know, the whole whiteness of it all. But it's like, I just, it's weird.
Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna agree with Jay Lee. I felt like KJ dress was doing a whole lot with the tail at the end, and then you got the ruffle, so something was off. And I love how Crystal's makeup and her hair look, but I didn't like her dress either.
I agree with all of that. When I saw Crystal's outfit on social media, I was like, that wasn't it. Who gave y'all that? And with KJ,
huh? I said probably Karen.
Probably Karen, girl, go to hell. She set her up for the fall. And she probably did the same thing to Miss Andy over here. Miss Andy over here, her body is amazing. I'm gonna say that first of all. But the outfit, it's a no. First of all, I don't like that you are wearing nude undergarments. You're a black lady. You're a black lady. We can see the boy shorts. Huh? Her skin almost not nude enough.
Almost nude.
It is not nude enough. It's not enough because I can see them underwear. I
didn't even notice it.
Oh, I can see that. Nah, I can see that because you can see like her bra too. You can see
it looks like she got on shorts.
Yes, it looks like she has on like a white lady pale boy shorts under that, and I just feel like no. You're a black lady. The rule is you get black when it's see-through, ma'am. Okay? Because you black. Not because it match your skin tone, but because you black. Because when you put this light shit on, it just make you look like a grandma on a slick. Like, I'm just like, why would she do that? Who said that? Y'all, I don't know who styled both of them, but they don't like them. I'm done.
Yeah, KJ, it's a no for me. No. It starts with the hair because it reminds me of whenever I used to wear closure wigs, and you know how you buy the wig as a middle part and you want to make it a side part, so you just plop it on the side of your head instead of like adding a curve to it or anything. I think she looks beautiful.
A turnaround wig.
Hair was a no.
Not a turnaround, bitch. A shake and go. A shake and go.
She looks good. The dress is a no. It just doesn't seem like it's even on the same vibe as everybody else. I'm not feeling it. Even that big old puff on the shoulder is kind of giving me church lady hat puff, but whatever.
With that on the bottom. Church lady on the top, that on the bottom.
Right.
Crazy.
It's a little bit of everything. So, Crystal, I love Crystal. Gotta say that. I follow her on Instagram. The outfit is an absolute no. When I seen it on Instagram, I was like, girl, that's not what they got you wearing. Did you just walk that out to present an award and that was it? That was not it. And then the hair as well, I don't really care for either. She has a beautiful head full of hair, and I've seen her wear other wigs that look better than this. I'm just not a fan of whenever people take a wig that's meant to be worn down and you pull it up and we can tell that it's a wig, but you just pinned it up. Duval. That's all I gotta say.
Not Duval.
Duval.
Like Duval, what you mean?
My bad, y'all. When y'all said Duval, the little gremlin popped in my mind. My bad. I said that wrong.
Oh yeah, not Duval, Duval.
Not Duval. Right.
The look on his face right there says that he's gonna fuck somebody. Like somebody's gonna fuck me.
Lord.
I'm going to hell. That's all right. Whatever. It's the truth.
Oh, child. That's a great way to move on to gossip chat. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. We got Miss Rihanna. Am I muted?
I said that was me. I said we need StreamYard to come up with a feature to where the music can keep going beyond like
the intro.
Come on, StreamYard.
Yeah, we need them to do that. Get the sound effects in. Like they have a few things. So I definitely agree with that.
And work on the freezing.
All right, y'all.
That's so aggravating.
Please.
Rihanna,
she was
it never happened and it just started going crazy. I don't know.
Say that again.
Because like we was good for a long time. Out the blue was freezing. It's all the time.
Child. That's StreamYard. Thanks. Yeah, so Rihanna was honored, I guess, in Barbados as the national hero or whatnot. She stepped out in her beautiful gown, but social media took the time to drag her a bit. And then some people said that they feel as though she is a prego. So I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on whether or not you felt like she was being body shamed or whether or not you think that she's prego. I'm going to put this image up here so everybody could see what she stepped out looking like. I mean, at first I felt like y'all need to leave this lady alone. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she just ain't been working out. But as I'm looking again, I hate to be the one, but I am wondering, girl, are you with a child? Only because in the second picture with her head down, it do look like a belly button is poking slightly. But I'm gonna let her announce her pregnancy.
I think it's weird when anybody see a bit of a belly and then say somebody's pregnant. I feel like women go through enough for people assuming they're pregnant and they can be going through whatever. So it's like, had a conversation, like, you know, in closed conversation, but don't be like, oh, it's like, it's weird that the blogs announced that she's supposedly pregnant, not like fans like saying this or that. I'm like, let her be a little bit thicker if she wants to be a little bit thicker. And, you know, because what if she be pissed off now because she thinks she's fat and she didn't really ate a fucking burger, you know, and didn't, you know, do a couple squats? It's like, leave her be. I don't think she's pregnant, because I think if she was, she would know how to announce that on her own. Rihanna she's not gonna walk out in a dress and, you know, and look pregnant. That ain't gonna happen.
Or will she? Or has
Can I
she
respectfully?
before?
I'm about to say. Go ahead, Necey.
Bondy, you about to say what I'm thinking?
I respectfully disagree that I don't want to speak on it because I don't like when people do that to me. I don't like, are you pregnant, Bondy? Because, you know, and you got to show them, bitch, do my 4-pack look pregnant? Fuck out of here. But at the same time, and that's why I would never post that, and I would never get on social media and say Rihanna look pregnant. But y'all, I'm sorry. In this picture right here that's next to me, Rihanna look pregnant. Like, I'm looking actually at this top part of her stomach. Like, that shit don't look like bloat. And honestly, if she's not pregnant, then she was just bloated, whatever. And honestly, she needs some undergarments. I'm going to say that. I'm sorry, young women. I know y'all think it's cool to be out here like at formal events with y'all titties just like free flowing and stuff. But I just feel like if she had some undergarments on, she could have saved herself from everybody questioning if she was. The only reason I think that she absolutely would do that, you know, come out looking pregnant, being pregnant, and not say shit is because she don't give a fuck. Like, you know, I'll talk to y'all when I want to talk to y'all. Y'all can speculate because y'all gonna speculate anyway. Like, Rihanna is the type of person to be like, fuck y'all, I'll do whatever I want to do and I'll talk to y'all when I feel like saying something. So I don't know. But she still looks very beautiful. And I don't think that, you know, anybody needs to be posting that she's pregnant without her saying she's pregnant. That's just weird.
That part. I think nobody should post that she's pregnant without her saying she's pregnant. But when I seen this second picture, like Bondy was talking about, I was like, damn. And I had to think, there were moments where she looked pregnant before when people were speculating and she wasn't pregnant to our knowledge, or at least she didn't say she was. And she was just getting thicker. But usually I feel like within recent times, we haven't really seen thick Riri. Riri has kind of slimmed back down. So for her to be looking a little pregnant, I'm like, I don't know, maybe she is, maybe she's not, but it's none of my business. Until I saw the Shade Room or Neighborhood Talk made a post that her best friend, Mel, liked the picture where they announced she was pregnant. Then she doubled back and she commented and she said, you guys, there's nothing to see here. I was high. But she didn't deny it either. She didn't say, oh, she's not pregnant. My bad. Didn't mean to like it. She just said, there's nothing to see here. I accidentally liked it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when she's ready.
Yeah. True that. Time always tells, child. All right, y'all. Let's talk about Miss Cardi B and Tasha K. So this case is continuing to be ongoing, since like 2018, 2019. Because Tasha K said that she alleged, I guess, that Miss Cardi has an STD, and Cardi decided, amongst other things that may have happened, and Cardi decided that she was going to sue Miss Tasha. So now they're deliberating back and forth in court, and the judge is now requesting Cardi's records. And I just want to know you all's overall thoughts about the lawsuit. If you feel like it was frivolous, if you feel like Cardi knows that she doesn't have it, so she shouldn't even probably took it to trial to even pursue it, or what are your thoughts about Tasha even opening up to say anything about it. I do think that it's overall messed up that is even a part of a conversation regarding what somebody got going on in that area as it pertains to disease. I think that's effed up.
That's how they
you
did.
Say that's how they did.
That's how they did.
They did. They did.
But
they drugged
and he
Usher.
had to provide records as well. I think so. I think they said he had to provide records in what was supposed to be in court, but ended up being a settlement. So,
but the difference is, I know when Usher, people were accusing him of stuff. When Tasha K was talking about Cardi B when all this was happening, I remember watching the videos, her lives, and it was a consistency of dragging Cardi, and it wasn't anybody accusing Cardi of like giving them something. It was just Tasha was making video after video about Cardi B, and we don't like to talk about bloggers, but truth be told, Tasha K, in my opinion, did take it too far. I think we have to sometimes make sure not to make it be a smear campaign, because at the time that's what it looked like, because each video was rumors about Cardi got this disease, this, that, the other. So I think Cardi had every right to sue her for defamation, because you're saying I'm a prostitute, I was a hooker, I caught, it was herpes.
Yeah, she said she had herpes. Yes, and then the baby
it was a lot of shit. Yeah, so she went far with it.
Yeah.
So I had unsubscribed because I was like, damn, this is passing us, talking shit, and it's like, okay, let me back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I
that's
think
a real drag.
I didn't know anything about this besides the lawsuit, so I hadn't seen the videos that you're referring to, Jay Lee. But I'm not mad at Cardi for taking somebody to court for saying that. I feel like you should have a right to, celebrity or not. If somebody is spreading false information, especially about your sexual health, and especially if it's false, regardless, I think you have control to sue them. So it is what it is.
That's facts.
You muted, Bondy.
Can't hear you, Bondy.
I was just gonna say that I've always said that people shouldn't, first of all, get online judging people for having STDs like most of us have not had them. Some people are just not as lucky. And, don't get shit that can just go away with a few courses of some antibiotics, okay? So as grown people, I think people definitely need to get out of that shit. But also, I never like talking about shit that I feel like you can't prove. And see, this whole thing with Cardi is basically, I have to prove that what you're saying is a lie, since I'm suing you for you talking about what I have and my baby being, the daddies and all that type of shit. So I have to in some way prove that you're lying. And that's why she has to showcase these certain things. And honestly, she didn't seem to be bothered by it, because for her, it's them moving forward with them, getting past this. And it's been going on for a while now. So whatever needs to happen for it to be resolved, but this was definitely a lesson to everybody to just be careful about the way you get online and talk shit about people. Because honestly, I don't feel like you should be able to just get up here and say any old thing with reckless abandon. It's just not, safe. It's just not safe. I don't care. It's not safe. So, I hope that Tasha K, has whatever she needs to be able to deal with this situation. I'll just say it like that.
I'm surprised more people or more celebrities don't not go after people,
but have more issue.
Yeah, because I do think it's one thing. It's one thing to, like, if it's some actual stuff like that we're talking about, it's like cool. We talking about what's actually going on. But it is hard when you see people like making up shit, and you got like, what, is it real? So you have to then dig deep to be sure that you don't repeat something that's not even actual or factual. And I wish that bloggers, new and old, would think about that, because when you say something and we assume that you are credible and we quote you, and then we look stupid. And so it's weird because it's like, I don't want Cardi suing me because I can't afford it. Don't sue me, Cardi. But that's why I pick and choose what I repeat.
The blog.
Yes. It got to be in the blog.
Okay. Somebody else already needed, right.
Yeah.
It already got to be recorded. at a couple of places. Okay.
Yeah.
And I just had to say this part. That's why I like the Jasmine brand, because I feel like they be the only ones to me that really has like integrity about the things that they report. They don't be rushing trying to be first to get to a story or nothing like that. So I love how she kind of waits and sits on her stuff and then she releases it. So I see the Jasmine brand as a very credible source when it comes to some stuff. So shout out to her. I had to say that because Jay Lee hit a very good point on that. So thanks.
Because I think we all use that's what we all kind of get our stuff from, because it's the most we want to protect ourselves so that we're not liable for repeating bullshit. And even though there are other little blogs or whatever, the Jasmine brand usually has the most up-to-date information and is usually the most accurate. And where other places like, okay, I heard somebody, it's like, no, who said it? From who? Are you sure? It was a Jasmine brand. It's so I love them because it's a credible source.
For sure. All day. Okay, y'all. So let's talk about something else, because I feel like Sheree was not a credible source in this situation here. She was trying to have this man, Tyrone, on this show, girl. She thought this man was going to link up with her. He said, no, because you could get me thrown back into the slammer, and I'm not trying to go. Therefore, he didn't show up to the sit-down day, and there were pictures circulating. So Bravo said, that's fine. We'll just make it like he stood her up or something like that. This is what came from, I believe it was like Love B. Scott or something. So what ended up happening shortly after that, when I guess the buzz got around, they're saying that he sent a cease and desist letter to Bravo because he doesn't want them to use his likeness, his name. Do not attach me to this. And I want to know y'all thoughts. I don't necessarily blame Tyrone for sending this cease and desist letter. Nope. Because, girl, you're gambling with this man's freedom. And I'm just like, I probably would have did the same thing. But now I'm worried for Sheree, because I feel like this was like a heavy part of her storyline. What are y'all thoughts?
I told y'all.
He said, I ain't going back.
Because like, if we don't, like, when have we really seen them together? Even since he got out, I think we've seen the one like prison picture together. But it's been Sheree saying, whatever. Sheree told Bravo whatever. It's been Sheree talking shit. Look, stop bringing up old shit or cease and desist. Okay, cease and desist speaking about me and whoever else, because I don't think they really rock together. And I always wonder, I'm like, how is she on Housewives of Atlanta? He in Philly, he's on house arrest. How are you going to have him as your storyline? And I kept saying, why wouldn't you go to the house? Where does he live that you had to meet him somewhere outside? And I do feel like he's right to feel like you playing with my fucking freedom for a show because you don't have a storyline. So if she even cared about him, why would you do that? So Sheree, I don't know why she back.
I don't know who works at Bravo, but they're fucking up. I don't know who works there. I don't know what they do. But I feel like the people at Bravo are fucking up, because how many times are y'all going to bring Sheree back for her to have absolutely nothing going on? Nothing. And it's really annoying, because I feel like I kept saying, it's like, are y'all listening to us? Or y'all not listening to us? Because I have said over and over again, Sheree is not the way. Sheree is not the way. Sheree is not the way. And they still went and got her ass. And the season has not even started yet. And her storyline that y'all were banking on has already fell flat. So what's she going to do? Running back and forth between the old bitches starting mess? The same shit she did before? Season 14 probably going to be whack as fuck.
I heard they got like cast we don't know about yet. So I'm hoping that's where the little freshies come from. Because Sheree, what was Sheree's last storyline? Like, was it like her and Bobby together?
Spring, summer, fall.
Spring, summer, fall.
Or was it their house?
Yeah.
The house, the great forever house to be. Do she still live?
It was the house, right? When she was arguing with Kenya. Is that how long ago it was?
Yep.
Yes.
Well, because they fixed the house was finished, and she did move in.
She did. She decorated it nice
Kim.
and everything.
That is what it was. It was
Kim.
No,
it was Kim. It was when she came on. Yeah, she was gonna stick beside her. Y'all remember at the end of the reunion when everybody was over Kim and they got in her ass, and Kim went in the back and did her white woman tears and then blamed Sheree for not having her back, and Sheree did her yes, boss. I'm so sorry, boss. And black folks,
white. I'm the dumbest white person to come sit on this stage with. She did that. Sheree, I want to know. Did you and Tyrone discuss you selling him as your storyline before you told these people to give you a job? Did you scam Bravo out of a check? Because I'm sure they didn't want to hear your story without the man. Because that was the only way that I said that I would want to see Sheree on screen is if she brought Tyrone on the show.
I think Bravo didn't have no choice. I think because we know they had the casting issue because Porsha left, Cynthia left. I think what messed them up was Porsha got with Simon. So she didn't want to come back. They was already, getting Cynthia out of there. And because they didn't have no choice, okay, let's bring in Sheree. Because she's familiar and she's easy. So I feel like Sheree probably made it seem like me and Tyrone is a couple. Yeah, and it wasn't even true. And I think she felt like I can play like I'm going to see him because she know that man can't go nowhere. She know that man is on Housewives. She knew he couldn't come film. They just sue Sheree for defamation.
Well, I believe that. I believe he told her that. I think he told her, don't come up this way because I ain't going to be able to do that with you. And she did it anyway.
Because she ain't got nothing else to do.
Because she thirsty.
I think they also just brought Sheree back because they need somebody to balance the OGs. Because y'all remember how last season it felt very, very weird. It's just Candy and Kenya. That's it.
And that's it.
Yeah, so I think they need somebody to balance that group.
When Porsha left, they should have got Cynthia back. They should have offered Cynthia a full-time role for one more season. We don't want to see Cynthia. I'll rather see Cynthia. I would rather, but if Cynthia in the she with her and Kenya, Cynthia in the shit with her and Mike. She has shit going on now that would have been on the show. And to me, Cynthia is more interesting than Sheree's bullshit. I would prefer Cynthia over Sheree any day. Because Cynthia will at least be a mediator with the bullshit. And I think Cynthia's had things going on since this season been filming. Because I would love to see what her and Mike say about that dick pic shit. All Sheree got is Tyrone putting her out of a restaurant he wasn't even at.
Hilarious. I'm not out of a restaurant.
And she would have seen there. He wasn't there.
I thought that was too funny. Hilarious. All right, y'all. That's a wrap on Gossip Chat for the moment. We'll pick you back up a little later, but let's go ahead and switch over to the TV talk. It always catches in the middle of me dancing. Let's talk about some Ready to Love real quick. Okay, I'm gonna run through some quick things that took place on the show and then we can, talk about it. Sean and Walter, they go to meet with Sabrina people. Things went well for Walter and not so great for Sean. Cornelius meets with Camille's friend. And her guy friend was there as well, Carlos. I guess he was gonna check out the fact whether or not Cornelius likes men or not, but we'll talk about that. Phil was the lucky guy of the night. Phil went on like 3 different dates
with his hat,
everybody close to the same energy. And Zadia got a little snappy with the girls when they talked to her about I guess like narrowing things down or something like that. And she felt like she didn't have a list and all of that. So she got a little snappy. I wasn't really tripping. Let me go back. I wasn't tripping off of Sean getting ate up. It was kind of messed up a little bit considering the fact that he only went on 1 date with her. But at the same time, I didn't mind it. And I loved Sabrina's friend that kept it real and was like, yo, this dude finna hold you back. Like, I can see it a mile away. Keep moving. Cornelius and Camille hopped into my live and she said that she brought her friend to confirm whether or not, Carlos was gay. And she said he's not gay at all or whatever. I'm sorry, not Carlos, but Cornelius was not gay at all.
She said that's why she brought her friend for that reason.
Yeah, that's what she said in the comments. She brought, that's
Girl,
what she
said. Nah.
Because
I feel like we might feel like Cornelius is gay, but the way Camille was infatuated with that man, you're not going to tell me there was a point in this process where she had to bring her friend to come double down and check. Something must have happened, and something must have happened for you to say that now, because it's wild for you to admit that a man that you were that infatuated with, you question his sexuality.
I said that. I said something for you to do that. I said something must have already been in your head for you to even bring them. But according to her, that good friend confirmed that he wasn't. But I don't know. This is what she said. Which one? There's that. What else I want to talk about? Zadia. I just didn't like Zadia's attitude and how she carried the ladies, all because Sydney said people were still getting to know her. I feel like Zadia showed her slip a little bit. Like, girl, you jealous for what? What is that all about? And I love how Aisha kind of went there with her. Like, you can talk to everybody else like that, but you're not really going to talk to me like that, ma'am. Her and Tissia. So I appreciated that. What are you all's thoughts on the episode?
I was really confused on the Zadia situation. I definitely felt like they must have been editing, chopping the shit up, because her energy was so weird. But that's also not the first time I have felt her doing that. I'm smiling, but I might stab you with a fork thing. And I feel like, she does that sometimes. I feel like it's like I'm smiling, we joking, but I'm low-key serious. Like, she gives that vibe. So I'd be nervous about her sometimes. And when they were at that table, I just was like, wait, what is going on? Because it never felt like anybody was specifically saying to her that she needed to shrink her numbers. It was just that everybody at the table, we need to shrink our numbers down. We need to figure out who's going home. So that's why and then also she only fucks with Naeem. Who else does she fuck with that she even needed to dwindle her numbers down? You only introduce your people to Naeem.
She said two. I don't know who the second person is though.
Probably Walter.
Yeah, that's what we saying. Mm-mm.
But see, that's the thing. Like, they didn't even show whoever this other prospect was meeting her people. So that's why I was like, why is this happening right now? That was very confusing to me.
They be editing this with iMovie. They edit the show with iMovie sometimes.
It's terrible.
Because
the editing is
I'm
terrible.
Like, come on.
It's like her issue was the fact that they kept on saying that she had a list. And I don't have a list. It's like, no, you have two people, so that is a list. So it's like, it is weird that she wants the men to shrink, but she don't want the women to shrink. I'm looking like, but what you mad for? And both Alicia and Tassia was Aisha. Like, yeah, Aisha right? was like, but you is it Alicia?
It's Aisha.
Yeah. That is her name. And I feel like they was like, but you have a list. Like, no one has to shrink if they don't want to. So don't want the guys to do it because you want the guy to pick you, but you don't want us to do it. So she was mad for me for no reason.
Who was mad?
Zadia. She was mad for no reason.
I don't know. I must be tripping because I didn't think Zadia was tripping. I did not think she was tripping because yeah, I feel like it had to be a clip. Whenever somebody said something like, we all need to be shrinking our list or something like, especially somebody said something slick, but they never said her name. And it makes me wonder if they looked at her and said, like, we're being passive. Reason being, all the guys call her Zaddy Body. And I feel like they're trying to make her the new Kyra. Aisha, to me, seemed like she wanted her to make a decision. So that way, that would make the dude who she's interested in choice easier or something. It was just giving me that vibe. And then whenever Sydney said, oh, well, they're stretching because they're getting to know me. Sabrina cackled. She didn't say nothing to Sabrina.
But she made a face. Yes. She didn't see
I thought she just said, okay.
Well, Sabrina laughed out loud. Like it was a joke. Sabrina laughed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was laughing at Zadia.
No, they showed Sabrina laughing as soon as Sydney said it. Then they
I saw her make a face. She made a face, but I don't know if she made a noise, is what I'm saying. So I think that she didn't see her make the face because she was turned away from her. But she's sitting across from Zadia, so she saw Zadia go, psh, and put her whole head down, and everybody like, bitch, what you laughing at? And honestly, I didn't hear it the way you heard it until I heard you say it. And then I was like, okay. It sounded like a ditzy thing. Like, they're stretching because everybody's getting to know me. When really, girl, it's like, we've barely seen you. We don't know you.
And that's why I was on the same page as Zadia and Sabrina when Sydney said, yeah, you don't really go here. Yes, Bondy. Because when she said that, I was like, LOL, like, we just gonna laugh at you and that's it. So for her to turn around and say, girl, she was feeling some type of way. And Zadia was just, I feel like they were being more passive with what they were doing. Zadia came 100% direct and everybody tried to gaslight her like, oh, girl, calm down. It's not that deep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they could have been
But I
editing
feel
it that
like
way,
Sydney
but
had a
she
point.
did. She did. I think she did. I think it was the tone of how it may have come across. Like, because she does think she's that bitch in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think she came in thinking that everybody kind of was going to be into her, automatically assuming that. So I don't really know, but I do want to mention I don't like Sean, and I didn't care that they ate his ass up because I felt like as soon as he said I want to Claire Huxtable, but you can only pay 1 or 2 bills, I said, nigga, Bill Huxtable paid all the bills and had a private practice at the bottom of the house. So I don't know what and then he had time to do all kind of other outside shit. They was, you know, volunteering down to the I wasn't talking about Bill Cosby. Shut up. I was just saying, I feel like you can't want Claire Huxtable when you ain't Cliff Huxtable, nigga. Like, I'm just saying, you're not giving, to me as a woman, Claire Huxtable is not going to choose a man that tells her, I can pay 1, maybe 2 bills.
That's the weird thing.
That's the problem with these bum
I didn't like Sean, but I still felt like our friends went at him was a little bit extra. I think it's way to grill somebody without making them feel like they ain't shit, even when they ain't shit. And I also didn't get why Sabrina even had her friends meet him.
Yeah, why you couldn't just have one?
Right,
why you had to have 2?
You had your friend. You had 5 friends meet 2 guys, but you and Sean had 1 date, so I didn't get why he was there. So I get why he felt like they coming at me so hard, and we went on 1 date. So I felt bad for that part of it, not that he ain't shit part of it. Like, he should have went home anyway. I think he wasn't right for that.
Yeah, he needed to go.
But I do think the friend they was a little bit, extra.
And Sydney needs to go next.
I agree. Yes, yeah, I agree with what both y'all were saying. I think that the friends were being extra. They came in like, oh yeah, I'm excited to grill his ass. My thing is, like, when people go on these reality shows, dating shows, you need to realize that your friends signed up for the same thing as the people who are of interest. So it's like y'all coming, I don't know, they came at him kind of weird. The other thing I didn't like was that Sabrina prepped her friends for that energy when Sean told her that the reason why he didn't want to commit to a relationship or fall in was because he wanted kids. It's like she waited until he got there for him to have to explain that the reason why he said in 3 months he wouldn't be interested is because their goals don't align, which is having kids. Still doesn't
I don't
remove
think that nigga want no kids. I feel
you. Don't think so?
I don't. He's 44, and I don't think he has any kids.
Sean?
Yeah, he said he didn't have any kids.
Yeah, I don't think he really wants kids. I think that's a way to get a woman who will be willing to take care of you. Is a woman who wants to be a mother.
I think what he said was, what I thought he was saying was, I don't have kids, and I can't say that in 6 months I might not want kids. I think,
which sounds crazy for a 40-something-year-old man to say.
Yeah, I feel like that was bogus. He was bogus for that. You went this long, you ain't got no kids. Don't waste nobody else's time. Because he sat up there with Aisha and told Aisha that I think he said he didn't know or something like that. Like, whether or not the impression I got was that he wasn't sure. But when you sit down with Sabrina, it was like you were adamant about the fact that you did want some.
No, I thought he told her he did, and she said she didn't want
that you don't know.
He said he did, but he kept the door open with Aisha. Yeah, I think he did that because he was new. And that's what I had said earlier, like a couple episodes ago. Mm-hmm. When Aisha said she didn't want kids, he said he did. And she said, will that be a problem? He said he's not sure. So he kept the door open, I think, to make it another week, just to have a connection. Then once he felt comfortable with Sabrina, he said what it was he really felt, which is, I want kids.
But then why not put forward? Right. Why not put more effort with Tisha, who was giving you that Southern woman baking biscuits vibe you kept fucking talking about? Every time he kept saying that shit, I was like, you want some twang. Yeah, you want some hippie thick butt bitch at home with an apron on, cooking biscuits while your bum ass is out here being a fucking journalist, entertainer, artist. Like, boy, bye.
I can't read Sean because I'm glad he went home, because again, it's still not making sense. It's still not making sense.
Math ain't mathing. And I don't like when he said that. A G doesn't say make it make sense.
Sabrina and Aisha saying the same thing. They saying the same thing. Neither one of them want kids. So why are you over there heavily still trying to pursue Sabrina? Like, that don't make sense if that's something that you want, which is kids. Like, I'm confused. And it was stupid for him to say something, make it make sense. Some men don't say make it make sense. Men also don't be saying they can only afford a piece of a bill, honey. So goodbye. Your time has been wrapped.
The last thing I wanted to say is, the last thing for me is, I feel like it's that time in the show where everybody starts reaching for lower hanging fruit. Like, I feel like that's who Phil was for all of these women. Like, Phil is nothing wrong with him, but he definitely wasn't a guy that came on the show that was the worst or was the best. Yes, that's what's wrong. But overall, I think he's a decent looking man. Like, it shouldn't be hard for him to find somebody. So I think that's why he's lower hanging fruit. That's why you on 3 dates. It ain't because you that dude. It's because the girls who haven't made connections just want to make connections. And I think that's what Sabrina saw in Sean.
I think he's a nice guy too.
I think he made a connection with Shiloh when they had the double date between Shiloh, him, Dante, and Carrie.
Yeah.
So I think Shiloh and Phil made a good connection then. And then because it was Shiloh,
him and Aisha.
Aisha and them with that dinner date or whatever. I think Phil's connection is with Shiloh. I can see them two connected based on them talking with that double date when they was with Dante or whatever. But I do not see. I think to see it is his number 3. She's, if all else fails, put a report. That's what she is. I think she's gonna be the next one to go home because she don't. Even her and Sean, it was like Sean don't have anybody, neither does she. So that's what you gravitate.
The 2 lowest hanging fruit. Yep.
I think
we ain't got nobody.
Phil needs to focus on Shiloh. And if they fuck on each other, they can be a couple. But like nobody's a couple yet. That's the weird part. I'm like, episode 7. I don't know how many episodes it's gonna be this season, but I still feel like we haven't seen any real couple. Like even it's like who go together? Nobody. It's like do something. Right. So
and Mumin and Dante, what was
out of nowhere.
Mumin and Dante. I was like, why y'all keep showing us stuff that we don't get to see?
At first, it was supposed to be Dante and Shiloh.
Wasn't it? Because he was feeling her more.
Mm-hmm. Dante was Shiloh's first choice, not Phil.
Hey, I don't like Dante. He got shark teeth to me. I don't know. I just something about him is weird to me. I don't like it, and it do. And it's a weirdness to him that I feel like he always sound like he like Gargamel to me. It's like he the Smurf. He trying to get the Smurf, and I don't like it. But I want Shiloh with Phil. I wouldn't mind Frank with Aisha. I feel like Frank and Sydney, is her name Sydney, the new girl? Mm-hmm. They want to fuck, and that's it. And I'm like, that ain't what was ready to fuck. But I don't, it's weird. And even with Camille and Cornelius, I think they both just clung to each other. And for him to be in the bottom 2 because the other women feel like, they have, I'm like, but he will send them home. Why can't he?
I feel like I don't even think they interested at this point.
I felt like when I seen Cornelius in that elimination scene, that was it for me. When I was like, I ain't gonna play these games. I don't feel like Cornelius like women. I ain't gonna play the games no more. That was it for me when he told Zadia, you be looking sexy. What? Zadia had no idea you were interested in her. It's like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm. And that was a weird conversation because at the same time he tried to say that, like, so Zadia asked a question about Camille, like, do you feel like Camille is blocking you from the other ladies? He turned around and instead of saying yes, he just says, I feel like I left the door open. I'm like, you couldn't have, dear. You couldn't have. And if no woman walked through it, why didn't you walk out of it to go and grab somebody else? Like, that's not, because I didn't understand that. It was like he was saving Camille again.
He's not interested in chasing women. He wants to be chased.
When they added Sydney and they showed him and Sydney sitting talking, and you seen Camille behind them, and he was like how you scared to talk to somebody because Camille's there. So I'm looking like he should go home because if you can't tell someone who you don't know, back up a little bit, I don't want you either because you didn't even have enough balls to date other people on a fucking dating show. So he can go home too. He can go home. Dante can go home. They're just sending Sean asses home. This season is a bust. I hope it get better later when they have like the group trip. Because the group trip usually be fun. So I'm waiting for the group trip to see what's going to happen.
I think it is with all those personalities. I think it's going to be fun, but I don't think it's going to take away from the fact that the season was a bust overall. I think it's going to be cute though.
We got to call Tommy. We got to call Will and say, look, we need y'all to have us pick the next season cast people because y'all on bullshit.
And literally, let us do it.
They should have stayed in the South. But
yes.
Let's go ahead and get to Married at First Sight. Speaking of the South, okay, we're about to switch over to Houston, honey. So reunion part, 2 didn't happen. Where are they now? I cringe how they force these long episodes that don't have to be. I hate that Lifetime approved this. Number one, but Zach and Michaela. It's Zach's turn to give his thoughts on the experience he had being in this marriage with Michaela. Michaela wants to come out and speak her piece because she feel like he full of SHI, but he ain't trying to let that happen at all. So they had a little issue there. We have Gil, Mirla, and Johnny. They talking about their best friends, Johnny and Mirla. They full of it. And y'all, girl, anyway, Gil is really upset. He was so upset. I felt bad for Gil. I'm not gonna lie. When he got teary-eyed and he ended up getting up and leaving and Michaela followed behind him, I felt really bad for him. Because outside of the whole thing of how he wanted her to kind of, I guess, like decrease herself a little bit for him, I guess financially or whatever, I just felt like, dang, that was messed up. You knew this whole time that you was never really into this man. And we kind of would have rather you had kept it real in the beginning. She couldn't even give a good explanation to Dr. Pepper as to why she was tearing up and crying and talking about how amazing he was. And then a week later, girl, or 2 weeks, I can't do this. I'm out. Okay. So she played it up for the cameras. She did what she needed to do. What else? Later on, where are they now? We learned that Zach and Bao are dating. And that's as far as I got. What are you all's thoughts on both segments of Married at First Sight, Job?
I feel like the reunion part of it, because I watched Where Are They Now before I watched part 2 of the reunion, and I felt like we didn't need both. I felt like it was stupid. But with Zach and Michaela, they weren't meant to be, so I don't care, because I'm like, they both are toxic to each other, and I want them to be separate, because on Where Are They Now, they both to me seem like different people. They both to me on Where Are They Now seem like, okay, they may be they regular selves because they're not together, and Michaela seems better mentally. She seems bubblier, but that could be act. I don't know. Zach seemed like Zach. Leave him over there. I still don't mind Bao and Zach talking, because again, just separate the toxic shit. I'm just surprised after Bao watched the season and seeing what Zach did. I'm surprised that she accepted the date request. That I was like, well, that's weird. But if she say we hung out, became friends, after the show, whatever, and she thought, okay, fine. Have fun or whatever. For Gil and Mirla, I still feel like had Mirla just stayed her same cold ass self the whole time and not made us feel like she really cared for Gil, I would not have been so upset at what happened. But I feel like she really made that man feel like they were going to be together. They were going to be a whole couple after the show. And to me, 2 weeks after you start filming isn't enough time to say, you know what, I can't do this. You haven't even given it enough time to, whatever your issue was, he didn't even know to fix it. So that's what made me the most upset was you, like you said, I was blindsided. I didn't even know it was an issue. So I do feel like Mirla was a true villain. And now that she fucking Johnny, to me, is worse, because Johnny didn't love Bao. He didn't even want to be with Bao. You knew Gil loved you. And now you kind of left him brokenhearted, crying with a fucking beard, doing fires. It's just, somebody go get Gil. Go get Gil, date Gil, marry Gil, because Gil gonna make somebody a great husband.
So maybe, but maybe not. Because see, I feel like something happened between Mirla and Gil that nobody's talking about, because I do feel like in order for her to fuck him, she had to be trying in some capacity. She had to be like really giving it the old college try because it took so long for her to have sex with him. And then she finally did have sex with him. So that made me feel like she was like feeling him. But I do feel like, to me, the thing that made Mirla fucked up to me was the Johnny situation. I was so pissed off watching her during that reunion show, constantly having to put her hand on Johnny's arm to get him to stop being an asshole towards Gil during the reunion show. That pissed me off. All that giggling and laughing and shit that they was doing in that man's face, that pissed me off. Because I feel like it's one thing to just have a situation not work out, you know what I'm saying? But it's a whole nother thing for, like y'all say, for Mirla to play in that man's face like that at that reunion show. That shit made me mad. So I was like, Mirla and Johnny can jump into a volcano together as far as I'm concerned. Okay, please dive.
Yeah, I have to say that's what I felt like was messed up. For me, it started whenever, Bondy, I do feel like something probably happened, but I also feel like it's a decision that she knew she was gonna make even on decision day. So that's why I don't understand why you had that man move all his stuff, sell his stuff into an apartment with you for 2 weeks, basically get rid of everything, only to not have anything 2 weeks later, including the wife. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Then you was up there laughing in his face. Like I said, she was a devil in a red dress with them red bottom boots. She was doing a lot. I think it was evil. And then did you start talking about where are they now? You ready to open that up, Jane?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I feel like Zach is being fake. I think Zach has this explanation as to why he was such a bad guy. Even today, he was on Instagram answering questions that he says he needs for healing. And then in Where Are We Now, he's talking about, I was an asshole for 8 weeks, but now that I don't have filming, I'm good now. Nah. I think you're being fake for Bao. Bao's fake as well. Johnny's also crazy. So I hope people don't think that whenever I say that Bao's fake, that means I'm caping for Johnny. Something wrong with all them people. I think they got a bunch of fucked up people on the season, and we're hardly any good people, and that's why this stuff is a complete shit show. It just, I'm ready to move on.
You called it in the beginning, though, Necey. You said that they had some fools in the beginning for cast members. You said you was like,
They always do that. They usually only cast two.
Yeah, it's never been like it's never been all the couples have all these issues. It'd be like one couple or two couples where it's some bullshit, and then that one or two couples is the drama, and then the other couples are like the love story. These past two seasons has been just complete and utter what the fuck moments. I'm like, how did we get? Yeah. I think New Orleans was the last season where you had more successfulness of the show with the couples than these last two seasons. But before that, you would have one couple. Man, one season it was a dude who played basketball, and he was literally like leaving all the time, dating and shit while he was on the show. And it was that one messy couple, and the other couple was like, had a little bit of mess. This shit now is like that's what I'm like. I hate the show now because it's not what it used to be. It's like, are y'all trying to fuck with people?
Well, that was also the same season where one of the cast members started dating the other one. They swapped. That was the same season. Katie with the freckles started dating Zach, the asshole who was with Mindy.
I didn't know they started dating.
Yes, at the reunion.
Asshole.
Mm-hmm. That was the same. So they have been doing some foolery actually for a little minute, but just usually not that big. And then one other thing I wanted to call out is at the Where Are They Now, Bao and Zach, I think, are a match because they're both very fake and they're both controlled in settings with other people around them, which to me is very weird and it's not very human-like for y'all to be so calculated to where y'all are hiding everything. Even when they was down to the pool hall, she's talking about, Zach, you're not usually this bad. Is there something you want to say to me? Girl, is this how y'all decided to come out?
Yes, and that's what makes me feel like Johnny has validity to what he says about how she wants to portray herself on camera versus how she really is behind the scenes. And him hesitating, asking her out, it's like, bro, y'all already been did that, and then she paused and like, Oh, me? Like, I'm like, girl, miss me with this. Y'all been doing this BS. And then when you listen to what he said that he and Brett and Bao have played pool for some time since the show has gone off. But you wait until the cameras come around so that you could ask her on a date. I'm like, bro,
Right.
In the way Ryan
But
left
was that
it
him or
too.
was that production? Y'all think that was him or production? Who knew? I think production knew.
Both.
I think production knew that both Mila and Johnny, because this is the thing. Never after a season do they do Where Are They Now. They don't do that. So for me, I'm like, the production knew this season was different, and so let's show what's going on social media and just do a show about it. Because usually we don't get Where Are They Now until like 4 or 5 seasons. It'd be like 4 or 5 seasons later, and it's never the full cast. It'd be like, okay, these couple couples, what's going on. So when I was like, Where Are They Now? I'm like, how the fuck? Nigga, they still at the show. It was weird to me. I'm like, why are they doing that right now? It's because production knew it was a bunch of bullshit going on. Because I'm like, because nothing was really different from the reunion part 2 to Where Are They Now, except seeing Mirla and Johnny and seeing Bao and Zach. Everything else was like the same.
Mm-hmm. I got a question for y'all.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you can go ahead first, Bondy.
I was just gonna say the thing that killed me about the Johnny situation though is even though we can see that Bao is fake, I still feel like so is Johnny. Because at the end of the day, Johnny, you fugazi as fuck. You didn't see it for Bao, and you kept pretending like you was trying to be a good guy when really you were acting like a fucking maniac, turning red and having the veins popping out your forehead and shit, trying to suffocate yourself so you don't have to say how you feel, having a temper tantrum like a little white boy in Walmart. Like it was just. To me, he did that every time they got into it and it made him look even crazier. Just say how you feel. You don't have to act like a maniac. And guess what? If Bao is upset later, so the fuck what? You embarrassed the shit out of that lady over and over again on national television. Is it really going to matter if you have the conversation on camera that she wanted to have in private? Come on, Johnny. And then when we asked him for an example, the only thing he could pull out of his ass that she was being fake about was her not wanting to talk about when they had sex, which is normal. So I just kind of feel like she may want to micromanage how people see her, but it doesn't change to me the fact that he set his ass on the fucking FaceTime with Sarah and just luxury, whatever the fuck y'all know the word I'm thinking about. You know, he really enjoyed luxuriated. He luxuriated and in his coffee and that little conversation with Sarah talking. It's like they get together every week so they can have a conversation about how ain't shit Bao is. That's what it felt like watching them talk about her. He was like, I've been in therapy and I really feel like she would really, get some help in therapy. And I'm like, ain't nothing like a nigga that go to therapy 1 or 2 times and then want to tell somebody else that they need to go to therapy. Sir, that shows it's not working all the way.
Okay. Ain't nothing like a dude sitting up there chit chat with another female about another female. Dating child. Yikes.
Say it again.
Yikes. So Johnny was definitely a whole ass mess, child.
So my question for y'all was, did y'all feel like Zach was denying him and Michaela's sexual instances because he was already involved with Bao way before the reunion?
Low key.
Absolutely.
The only one he will admit to is the honeymoon. He won't admit to that 1 month where it was clear they had sex.
But this is
even though he waited and admitted to the 4 days after.
Right. Yeah. I feel like Zach wanted to make it seem like in the marriage it was bad, not for Bao, but for his own bravado of I think he wants to make it seem like on the show we really wasn't fucking with each other because you know what I'm saying. That's what I said, but I'm like, well, you fucked her after the show, so to me that's worse. So what's the point of even making it seem like okay, it wasn't whatever? I still don't feel like Bao and Zach fucked around during the show. I question if Johnny and Mirla was because they really chummy now, but I feel like because it was like 4 months in between, I do think that's when all of them was canoodling because they couldn't really be out with stuff or whatever. They only could be around each other. So I think that's why the meshing of it all happened. And that's why I said I don't mind that the 2 couples that did it was the ones that all season was at odds because it's not like that's why Mirla is so fucked up because Mirla was the only one.
He wasn't expecting it.
Right. So for me, I would have preferred if Kayla fucked with Johnny, because at least we seen her and Zach having issues all season. We really seen, she's like, what the fuck? We really seen Gil and Mira like, be happy and shit. So that's the weird part.
I feel like for me, Jaylee, I feel like it's not. The first thing that comes to my mind is fair, but I can't think of another term. But it's not fair to say that you don't see Johnny and I'm sorry, not Johnny, but Bow and Zach actually messing around during the season, but then you could see it with Zach. I'm sorry.
No,
with,
I just
Johnny and Mirla. I feel like the same. That's for one
I think they did.
Can be the same.
I don't think that. I was saying I wonder if the same way y'all wonder if Bow and Zach was. I wonder if
and Zach was
right. That's my thing. Not that I don't think anybody was messing around during the season being filmed. I fully believe Mirla, Johnny, Zach, and Bow during that 4-month process of the shit airing. I think all of them. That's when it all happened, and that's why the production did a "Where Are They Now" after the reunion. I don't think anybody was doing it during filming. I after the decision day, that's when I think it all happened. Them 4 months. That's what I think it all happened for all of them.
I got you. I feel like, my thoughts is, I still feel like they was, because the way Miss Girl was standing outside that door when Michaela and Zach was getting into it, but when nobody else was standing outside the door but her. Okay then, Miss Girl. But congrats, hope it works out for them. We're going to go ahead and move over to Love and Marriage Huntsville, because it seems like it's working out for Miss Melody Holt, honey.
She looked great in that damn dress.
And she did a good job. She did a good job. Kimmy had to bring up this side chick thing, okay? She needs y'all to understand that she was not a side chick. She does not understand why y'all keep bringing this up. And I'm like, Kimmy, ain't nobody even bring that up, girl. They was just talking randomly, and you just included yourself in what was going on. Wanda, pulling up on Miss Vanessa. When I tell y'all, I'm so team Vanessa, because the way she collects Wanda in the most calmest fashion, I love it. I love how she gathers her. Destiny talking to Mel about wanting her to be a village. I felt like, Destiny, calm down. If you want a village, that's fine. You were trying to be Mel's village. Mel was like, girl, I already got my village. It's not about you helping me. Let me help you. I felt Mel on that. Like, I got 4 kids. Why would I burden you? You already going through a lot. You want her to be your village, but in the beginning, you didn't even want to tell her about your divorce. But at the same time, I felt like her being at this event and seeing how successful it was for Mel, I think she saw in Mel what I saw in Mel is that Mel can really go on and do bigger things outside of Huntsville. She needs to get away. And I feel like Destiny saw that, and she wants to always be attached to Mel, and it came off to me as she was feeling like, don't leave me behind type thing. Like,
who
for
that
her to say
y'all
that
of?
whole village thing. I don't know, remind me.
That's a good point.
I can't stay.
And then, oh girl, good night. I think I caught when I caught it.
You caught?
Did you catch it, DC?
Honey,
girl,
they need to cease and desist. Cease and desist.
Look, and speaking of cease and desist and uninvited, honey, Martell decided to show up. Girl, I cannot. Y'all, that was a good one there, honey. I was like, ooh. What y'all got for this, honey? I'm stuck on what Bondy said. Yeah, and I can't even gather myself. Like,
I apologize.
I got two things.
I'm sorry.
With it was fucking hilarious. With Kimmy, I feel like when Kimmy met with that lady last episode, I'm like, why didn't she say that's Maurice's brother's ex-wife? I felt like she was a random friend. So when Tisha then said, "Oh, that's my," I'm like, bitch, why didn't we know that? I felt like
I thought about that.
It would have made more sense to why Patricia knew that Maurice was divorced. It made sense. So
and why he was by her house, because his brother lived there, which I figured.
Because I'm like, why he would have a random woman living there? I'm like, how does that happen? Because I was like, who moves?
I thought it was something I mean.
Yes, it was weird. So I think Kimmy was smart to figure out, okay, how can I get really what happened out? Let me bring on the ex-wife or the brother who was around and knew this and that and this. And then for Destiny and Mel, I feel like Destiny was dead ass wrong for pulling Mel to the side to ask her to babysit. I was like, who the fuck does that at somebody's, you know what I'm saying, album or video release party? And it's weird because I feel like Mel was like, it don't make no sense for me to have my 4 kids be watched by someone who's newly, you know, divorced, new mom. You can't handle your own shit. So why would I give my 4 kids to you? I have my own village.
Right.
And it was weird that Destiny really was not even hearing what Mel was saying. And it's like she was listening to respond and not to understand. And I'm like, Mel having a village does not mean shit when she's still saying, I can still be your village, but I don't need you to be mine. And I felt, I'm like, why are you really fussing with her in the fucking dress, okay, with tan lines and shit at her damn, it was so beyond me how she felt like that was the right place for the right time. So it was aggravating for me.
And another thing I didn't like that she said, because I agree with all that, but I didn't like when she said that Mel's kids shouldn't be saying that an adult is boring. Like, girl, I don't know what you doing over there with your little baby, but don't tell me, okay? Exactly, who don't talk. Don't tell me about how my children should be discussing an adult, because there's nothing wrong with children saying an adult is boring. They're children, okay? And if they don't see it for you, they don't see it for you, ma'am. Like, that's all it is. Do you know how children don't have the capacity to really lie like that? That's why they're so honest. And people try to, like, you know, make kids feel bad for being honest. But bitch, if you boring, Auntie Destiny, you boring. You a last resort, okay? But ain't nobody about to call you for their children. Get over it. Why? Like, call a daddy. Don't call me. Like, that really makes me wonder what is going on over there. Who is the baby daddy, bitch? Where's the family?
Not even that. When she said how Mel has her mama and them and Mark or whoever, why doesn't her family, why doesn't whoever the daddy is, why doesn't anyone help her? It's weird that, like, she shouldn't be allowed to say all of that without telling us why it's going on.
You know, I felt like this last argument with Mel, like Jay Lee said, she was just talking just to talk. It was like, y'all, I had to call it a drunken argument. I don't think Mel was drunk, but I definitely feel like Destiny might have been under the influence of alcohol or something, because I was not even understanding the point of the conversation and why you felt like you had to have that conversation there, unless you were trying to distract us from the fact that you ain't really had no storyline all season long, because you ain't telling the people what they really want to know. So you want to do this back and forth cutesy tit for tat with Mel, and it's like, are y'all friends or are y'all not?
Did y'all see how Tisha was acting? It was giving me too much. When she had rolled the neck and then she got up in Tiffany's face, like, you think that's too much or whatever.
With the
like
fan, girl. Like this, the fan the whole time.
Yes.
I thought you were
transparent. I felt like it was okay.
Transparent.
I felt like it was okay to call Tiffany out, but y'all gotta do that for Destiny too. That's the only thing that I didn't like about that. Like, stop being on her ass. But this lady sitting next to y'all and y'all okay with it.
I didn't get how the conversation came up though. Because it's like they were sitting there. Like, how did y'all even get to the conversation of with Tisha and it was like how did it even come up? But I do feel like Tisha was right in saying you're not being transparent. You want us to. You want all our shit on Front Street, but you don't really say shit. And when Tisha brought up how, what if I asked if your kid was your kid or was Lewis's kid? How was that rude when you brought up Martha to Kim who you didn't know? It's like you're doing shit.
Tisha wanted to put her on blast. That's why. But Tisha found out about that new information and wanted to throw that in her face because Tisha is passive aggressive as fuck. And when that lady was all in your business,
I thought
about her son not being her ex-husband's son. Because
wait, I didn't know that.
I feel like that's what she was saying.
This is news to me.
I feel like that's what Tisha was saying in that moment. Tisha was basically like, for example, like, you know, we didn't know that your son wasn't your ex-husband's. Like, we didn't know that.
I thought she said
it wasn't Louis.
She was talking about Louis. Yeah, that's what I thought.
We know that's not Louis' kid.
Yeah.
Because they only been together for a year. Right.
I thought Tisha was saying, like, for example, it is this.
Right. It was an example, but I think the example was this tea that I found out about you after I asked you what your tea was. So why you ain't say what your tea was when we asked? And that's why she was like, because that would be messy as hell. Okay, so she was basically telling Tisha, bitch, you being messy, asking me about the paternity of my child.
Right. And that's why she said, had you
I
ever
thought you was-
cheated? And she said in high school. Because it's like, if you was married or if you was with the man since high school, how is it that that's not the father?
Exactly.
Ooh, child.
I would need Carlos to ask that question.
Not Tisha trying to drop some info.
I think she was trying to, I really think she was trying to expose Tiffany in that moment.
I'm here for it, Tisha.
I am too. I just felt like she was annoying me, even though I was here for them doing that to Tiffany, because Tiffany had been doing that all season. I still felt like Tisha was annoying and she needed to sit back, as Jamie would say, and allow for Kimmy to bring that one home. Because Kimmy ended up coming in and making it all make sense, which is you want us to lay our shit out there on the line, and then you want to give us little bits of information about you. But then yet again, it wasn't like anybody created that space for her, but I also felt like Destiny did. Did you tell Destiny that whatever your cheating situation was? Because you lied to Tisha about it, talking about it happening in high school. You were lie. I believe from the beginning, we all kind of thought that Lewis and your girl were cheating on their previous spouses with one another. I'm just saying.
Yeah, what are y'all thoughts about Miss Wanda walking up on Miss Vanessa and her not wanting to go, but they end up talking in
her and her 27 bottles? Yes, bingo money body. I said that Wanda is flipping a check for bingo money, or she taking it down to the beauty supply and clearing them out of Pump It Up and Spritz. She's doing all this for Pump It Up and Spritz because this is just ridiculous. I'm tired of Wanda. She can shake a bone and move the hell on. I'm done.
For sure.
Miss Van
I hated the fact that she told this lady that it takes a village to raise a child. I said, ma'am, your child grown is go over there and deal with her. Melody don't need no raising while she grown. I felt like she was again playing in Miss Vanessa's face, but Vanessa told her, don't give my child no advice because I won't give none to you.
I think they know they had to ask somebody else. But Wanda is messy as fuck. And I think we need to bring a different parent on to balance it. Martell mama ain't shit. So she's not going to really be, you know what I'm saying, in the mess. But I think Vanessa will be involved in it, but not be on the bullshit with it. And I'm like, she balances out Miss Wanda. And she gets with Miss Wanda. Martell mama just defend Martell. So we don't need her. She can be over there.
One thing she going to do is stand by her side.
Oh, taghead. I'm sorry, that's not nice.
And Martell being uninvited, I felt like he came hoping, trying to look, because Martell looked good. He may be full of, but Martell looked good, and he looked good when he got there. But I felt like he was hoping to get that old thing back. He looked like he was about to cry when she kind of got ready to give him that handshake. It's like, oh, don't cry, baby. But I was proud of him for not ruining that moment and passing it over to Destiny, because I felt like she was the one that did the most. What are y'all thoughts about Martell?
I think production invited him. I think production knew, I think they all knew this the end of the season, event or whatever. And even though Mel did not invite him, I think Mel still knew he might still show up. And I think she was happy that he showed up. He didn't show up and show out, because he did came in quietly, but even though he was in black and white. He came in quietly, gave her some props. He tried to give himself, you ain't help her do shit. It's like, how she go from being a neglectful mama to you was out here working and being. I'm like, nigga, back up your man. Was she neglectful or was she working? I don't like it, but we don't mind that Martell, because that Martell we can deal with. It's that asshole of him that I'm like, if you're gonna be an asshole, to stay home, like this, whatever. But I didn't mind him showing up because he wasn't an asshole in the scene. He was an asshole in the confessional.
I was glad he came. I'm sorry, Necey, go.
I was just gonna say, I loved it whenever she hit him with that. Appreciate it. I screamed because I know his face was cracked, but I did feel like there was a glimpse of where Mel caught herself almost getting emotional when he was talking to her. He was talking to her and she was acting like, yeah. And then her face went blank. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she about to cry, because she sees a glimpse of oh, Martell,
who used to be.
You might be under there. But then she got it back together and was like, appreciate it, because she knows that the old him ain't never coming back. So yeah, I'm glad he came, and I'm glad we saw that little scene.
I'm glad that he didn't act a fool. I wish he wouldn't have come, because I honestly still feel like you found a way to make that moment about you. Even if it wasn't all about you, you still came to kind of pat yourself on the back for being there during the process of her greatness and all of this shit. And then you gotta say, even though I don't like the song, like who the hell cares? And Tisha, it's not a male bashing song. If the man cheated on his wife, had a kid, and she gave him years to cut her off, and she decides to then write a song after the fact to get over the pain, then guess what, bitch? Bobby Brown. That's her prerogative. Go to hell. No damn male bashing song. Go to hell. I can't stand when women mimic the ignorant shit that men say because they don't want anybody to talk about the type of things that they do in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, everybody knows what Martell did. So why does it matter if it's been put in a song or not?
No one has been put all over TV, child.
And a human being is walking around as evidence.
For sure.
Not evidence.
There we go.
Whole DNA. All right, y'all. Let's talk about the ladies of Real Housewives of Potomac because the show has finally come to an end. Miss Nicki Minaj hosted the show. I definitely want to know how you guys felt Nicki did. But let me touch on some points that I have, and y'all can, share your own. Wendy didn't think that Ashley was being malicious. I said, Wendy, go sit in the corner. Get from off the couch and go find a corner. Wendy laughs actually at those Eddie rumors that Nicki Minaj brought up. She didn't think that they were that serious. She felt like it was full of BS. Nicki says Robin and Juan look like they've been having great sex, and I'm confused as to why you thought that when this woman was depressed this season. Mia still says that she is an entertainer and not a stripper or a dancer. And Candace she was asked to sing, and she struggled to sing for a second because she was, I guess, trying to get her thoughts together to see what she wanted to sing. And she also kind of stumbled over her numbers and how her album is actually performing. I thought Candace did good with her singing, but it still came off a bit as though she did not want to do it. I did hear Chris say something that I was like, oh, I didn't even think about it. But he was talking about how they had been filming for hours and hours and hours and hours, and she just wasn't expecting like that. So she trying to see what song she can like really show her vocal ability with, because Drive Back isn't really one of those songs that can show all of her, range or whatever. But I did I understood his point completely, but then I also kind of felt like I don't think Nicki really cared too much about that. I think she just wanted to hear her sing, period. Shout out to Delilah954. Thank you so much for the super chat. Jenna Brooks here. I love you all. I swear I watch you all religiously. And the panel is Chef's Kiss Perfection. There's one of you for every mood throughout the day or week. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. That's cute.
What are you guys' thoughts on the reunion?
I think Nicki did well, but I also feel like it wasn't needed. So it was like a catch-22. I feel like it could have been just 3 parts, 2 parts reunion and 1 part Nicki, and instead of the whole 3. I thought the questions Nicki asked was like juvenile but funny, so that was fine. And I just wish they would have put more in it, because I felt like they keep talking about the same shit was a waste of time. With Nicki asked some stuff that we haven't already heard, so that was that. And then like for Candace singing, she was saying how she wanted to sing a song that will showcase her voice. I'm like, well, make songs that showcase your voice. Like, how do you have a whole album but you don't have not a song that shows that you can sing? So I get she wanted to not be embarrassed or have a bad moment that's happened before, but I still feel like when you're a singer, you're a new artist, you want to showcase your own song, not a gospel song, because you want people to get to your album. And then I just hope is that we don't get no more 4-part reunions. I never ever want to sit through 4 parts again, and they should bring in other people to host and not Andy.
I agree. I feel like Nicki should have actually done half of the reunion. I really do feel like there were certain things that Andy just really shouldn't have even even been there for. He should have done half, and then she should have done the other half instead of them giving her that segment to like do this mashup, and then they cut most of it out. That was annoying to me. However, I did not like the fact that it was a catch, and I kept saying it was going to be a catch-22 because on one hand, her questioning and her opinion could not be bullied by Robin, Giselle, and Ashley, and then Mia, because Mia wanted so badly to fit into the light skin clique. So I feel like that was the good thing about it, that she could get things, said and done and get shit answered, and then be able to tell everybody else to school back. But at the same time, it made it so that Candace didn't respond like I wanted her to Mia. I feel like, and sometimes to Nikki, I feel like she was trying to keep her cool to show everybody that she knew how to act. When at the end of the day, they was trying her, and she should have gave him a taste. She shouldn't have gave him like a whole thing, but she should have gave him a taste, a little bit. Because I think Nikki played with her, and Mia did the absolute most when she was talking about her music. Get up and sing. Like, who the you talking to? And Candace just ignored her. And I was just like, I would have cursed Mia out from her scalp to her toenails. I would have cursed her mammy, everybody she loved. Like I would have went in on her because I felt like she was doing a lot in those moments for somebody that has never created anything besides children. No disrespect. Children are amazing. But can you sing? Oh, okay. Probably can't even dance all that well. Probably one of the light-skinned girls in the strip club that just get paid because you're a light-skinned girl in the strip club versus the brown-skinned girls that be up here flipping and setting their asses on fire and making bottles disappear and shit. Go to hell.
Not their asses on fire. Thanks, Brandon Chanel, for the super chat. I think Nikki was asking Candace to sing was used as a gotcha moment to challenge Candace's vocal abilities. I can see that too. I can see her wanting to challenge her as well, which is probably why she wanted to really show out for Nikki and couldn't think of the best song to really show that overall range. So yeah,
I don't think she was scared to actually sing at all. Contrary to popular belief.
I think she was just nervous because they was putting all that pressure on her. I didn't like when Giselle said, "No, sing your own shit." Like they was all talking her so aggressively. Ultimately, throughout this whole last part of the union, I couldn't agree with you more, Bondy. Nikki should have done at least 2 parts and then Nikki should have done 2 out of the 3 parts in my perfect world, or 3 out of 3. I feel like she asked good questions. I loved that she told Candace to sit back because Nikki was asking a question in Candace's favor. We saw during the season, you cussed Ashley out for lugging her breast milk down there and then leaving after causing havoc. And then when Nikki's actually asking her about it, you talking about, oh, we have to work, Nikki. Girl, what? And then on top of that, not only do you do that time, whenever she up there asking the women would they sleep with each other for $50 million, the Green Eye Bandits plus Ashley is talking about sleeping together. And then Candace feels the need to insert herself in that as well. Stop trying to get in where you fit in. That's why I think I titled my video, Candace, I'm going to need you to get rid of your clown mask. Because she gives it to the girls when she needs to. But for whatever reason, you put on a damn clown mask when you get in front of Giselle. And that's irritating, knowing how much I like Candace. And I find myself having to argue for Candace anytime she gets it with the girls, only for you to turn around and defend them when it's time for the reunion. It's like, you're going to have to find a foot to stand on.
I have to definitely agree with that. I mean, as much as I like her, like, come on, you got to make it make sense all the way around, Miss Girl, especially when it comes to Ashley. You was just crying about Ashley writing this statement. So it ain't no way. I'm not even trying to be in the same room with you because there were events that happened this season that Candace did not invite Ashley to. So that was also interesting for you to say we got to work, but you also didn't invite her to some of the events. So if I don't even want to be around you on that level like that, for real, girl, why am I finna hop into the threesome or foursome? You say what now?
She didn't invite her on that trip. Robin and Giselle told Ashley to come. Well, Giselle. But Robin didn't invite her. I mean, Candace didn't invite her. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Thank you so much for the super chat. JW says, I agree with Jami and Necey. Candace gotta chill. Stop looking out for these folks because they do not look out for you. Do you think Ashley spoke up and said, well, Nikki, she's nervous, or Nikki, guys, give her a second, she's trying to figure it out? Ashley
not
said,
once. Nobody.
Sat there and watched you.
Nobody.
Yes, child.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We about to go ahead and switch on over now. Before we get into Miss Porsha Family Matters, honey, we got to talk about Miss Fallon. Because Miss Girl Fallon then gave birth on last Friday to a little girl. And it's all congratulations all day long to Miss Fallon. But the math was a bit distorted. Was I the only person that felt that way? What are you all's thoughts about the mathing? Do you feel like anybody was like vindicated in this overall situation with Simon and Porsha?
Nobody's math worked. But this is, I think, what I really think happened, Simon and Fallon broke up in 2020. They were on the end of 2020. That's when she was messing with Jalen, and he started messing with either Porsha or that light-skinned lady. But I feel like they both felt like, let's all wait until 2021 and see what happens. I think they all felt like it wouldn't be a big issue. And when Porsha and Simon came out, people got pissed. I think Fallon then attached herself to being the victim of the ex-wife, because of how things went. But I feel like none of them was being honest. Not Porsha, Simon, Fallon, or Jalen. I think it all started in 2020. So I'm like, that's the weird part, because Porsha thinking, well, no one will have an issue because of the timeline, because the divorce should have been signed. But the issue wasn't the divorce being signed. It was like, y'all were on a show, you met. It's weird because it's like, yes, Fallon had a baby and got engaged. But at the same time that she was getting pregnant, you were getting engaged to Simon. So just because you're not pregnant does not mean that you do not still have some kind of real commitment to something. It ain't a real commitment to me. But again, y'all both did two big things at the same time. Hers happened to be a baby. Yours is a fake marriage. So it's like,
y'all shit. Y'all ain't shit.
I feel like I said that
it perfectly. You did. You called it a long time ago. I remember when we saw that interview with Fallon. What I didn't like, I really don't care when Fallon got pregnant, because just like Jay Lee said, they done broke up the end of 2020. But Porsha, that still does not make you look any better at all, especially when she took her ass on this Tamara Hall show. And when Tamara started grilling her and asking her them questions, she said, well, congratulations are in order because Fallon, she just had a new baby. Okay. You still ain't shit either. What does Fallon new baby have to do? Let's talk about you and Simon. Let's talk about how you said you're still his special sweetheart. What the fuck is that? Special sweetheart. Are you getting married to this man or no? Ugh.
Cause girl, you went.
It didn't make sense. No, I mean, like I said, I had been said that I felt like everybody was playing. Everybody was playing, and I feel like at first Fallon didn't want to say anything, but she was pregnant. I think she was pregnant when she did and I felt that way because the way that fucking suit looked. I didn't want to say that. Because you don't like, I said I don't like doing that shit to people. I felt like I did.
The titties was I said the titties
yeah, I wanted to wait and see it.
But we all wanted to, because you never know. But she absolutely was, and you could tell. And I feel like she just wanted to go along with the victim that everybody was making her, even though she wasn't really a victim. But I explained in my live that I feel like Simon probably started messing around on her first. So he started withholding love, withholding affection. Controlling old men will do that to you. They'll starve you to death. And then when you go cheat on them, they can go and do what they want to do. And then they can make you look out to be, the messed up one. Because I think that's what he did, to be honest. Like, that's why she reached for whoever was closest, i.e. Jalen, the assistant who she was with every day while she was lonely in the house. Remember all of that time that he was traveling with Porsha and Fallon was in the house by herself with the assistant and all of the kids and shit? So I think that he was out there romancing Porsha for a few months over the summer or something like that. Not the summer, but the fall, that late fall and into the wintertime and all of that. And she was at the house with him. And I just think that, that's basically how it all happened. Everybody's messed up. This is all messy. But I damn sure don't feel like Porsha is some, homewrecker of the century shit that they trying to put on her. I think that's just some misogynistic bullshit. Because honestly, I think something's wrong with Porsha. When I really watched that interview, I said, girl, you mean to tell me you threw yourself in front of a moving bus, a moving van, bitch, at 90 miles an hour? You put yourself in front of a damn bus so that you could be engaged to this nigga for a long time? Girl, what? Talking about we're still in the honeymoon phase. Porsha, you have to be married in order to be in a honeymoon phase, honey. I don't know if anybody told you.
Something happened.
You can go on dates and still get married. Did anybody tell you that? The wedding is the biggest date, bitch. That is save the date. That's why they call it. It's a date. Okay. That's why people bring dates. That's why you got to make sure you bring the right person when you do bring the date. So she sounded and looked stupid. Go ahead.
She did. It sounded like she was missing some marbles. I'm telling you, Porsha put herself in front of a damn moving bus for something that all that glitters is not gold. I think she put herself in front of a moving bus for something that she thought she was going to get. Now that things are different, I think she's starting to try to save face. Because what we see, Porsha is a damn city girl. Simon is a city boy. And I know everybody going to say, oh, well, she got her own money.
City daddy.
Everybody always want more money. City grandfather, right? Dennis daddy, like Bondy was saying. Okay. So I think she probably is trying to save face. If she's smart, which I feel like she plays dumb, she would have Simon sign some type of contract to make sure that when they do break up, it's controlled. So I think now when they do, because I feel like they're not together now, but she has to save face because she wants to make it look like it's worth it. I don't think they're together now, and they're not going to get married. So it's all going to unwind.
Thank you so much for the super chat. Delilah 954 says, I feel they were in an open relationship. Like when I'm out of town, you do you and vice versa. But Simon went and got into a whole relationship with Porsha on the slick. So all bets were off after that. IDK, child. They could have been, they could have not been. Speaking of this Tamron Hall interview, I'm going to put this photo up of Miss Porsha, but this was when she did Watch What Happens Live with Andy, and it's not too much different than what she did with Tamron Hall. But I have to shout out Tamron so much because I really enjoyed the sit down that Porsha had with her because she wasn't really getting in over Miss Tamron head, talking about some, we don't have a wedding. First of all, she just said, oh, he's my life partner and I'm in love. And then Tamron was like, okay, girl, but when is the wedding day? And she was like, oh, we haven't set that yet, we're still dating. And then wanted to talk about she's from the South, you know, so we court. And Tamron's like, girl, I'm from the South too, so you will go and buy a house first before you seal the wedding date and stuff. She said, girl, that's not in alignment with the Southern values. I said, Tamron, if you don't keep your foot professionally on this lady's neck.
She was holding them cards.
I loved it though. But did y'all catch how in the interview, when Tamron asked her about the friendship she had with Fallon, she couldn't really come out officially and say no, they weren't friends. And then she flipped. She was like, well, yeah, I wanted to be friends. Well, what I wanted for her to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I said, which one is it, girl?
I feel like she didn't want to say that they were friends. I felt like she didn't want to say they were friends.
I think Porsha is the type of woman to be excited by fucking this girl's man and then playing in her face. I think she would get a giggle and a cackle out of it. They didn't know all of that fist bumping shit she did when they went to Fallon and Simon's house for the first time. You was fucking him then. That's why you had to make sure you kept that space, because otherwise you would have gave him the one-arm church hug like everybody else's man that you go up to when you know him. So she was intentionally trying to create space because the shit was already happening by the time we met him on the show. And I feel like essentially the plan between her and him was always to slide Fallon's ass up out of there and maybe give her a job on the show in the process. But because I also feel like they knew at that point what was going on between her and Jalen. So I feel like, you know, it was a way to kind of get Simon on the show, slide Fallon out of her seat, put him and Porsha in this, you know, nice little spot to be on the show because he's a clout chaser and he wants to be seen just like she does. I absolutely feel like she thought he had more money than he does. And that is the disappointing, sad part. But the thing I don't understand, y'all, about Porsha is Porsha was really out here quitting motherfucking jobs. Like, you was already making money. You're already making a lot of money for yourself. I don't understand women who have everything that they need and still want to go lay up under some man that you know you wouldn't fuck if he didn't have any money. That doesn't make any sense. You fucked Bolo. You paid Bolo to fuck him probably. Okay? All for you to turn around and let that man get on top of you and do his business for some fugazi shit. Some cars that's rented, some houses that's girl.
Battle of the bellies. We'll see how long this love is once the coin run dry. Once she find out that these Costa Rican houses is really Airbnbs.
And the thing, I'm gonna tell you another thing that worked on my nerves during that Tamara Hall interview. I found myself when I wrote this book during the pandemic. I really figured out, you know what? I know Porsha, okay, and I love her, and that's why, even though it happened quickly, I knew that I could move on and be with this man. Girl, if you don't stop trying to sell me this bullshit, bitch, because if you really felt like that, you and that man would have went down to the motherfucking courthouse already.
ASAP. But
cut it out.
She thought she was saying, oh, word. Like, I need to dissect that whole fucking thing because the way she knew the shit didn't make sense, but tried to make it so unique to, well, I'm from the South. This is what you do. What? No. When it don't make sense, it don't make sense. North, south, east, west, I don't give a damn. Quit trying to make this shit unique to you. We see it.
Just like she did with Nigeria. Well, he's Nigerian. So, you know, his grandfather had 25 and the dad had 2. I'm like, girl, not all Nigerians. They all ain't living like this, ma'am.
But he been here since he was 17.
Connect that back.
Then you turned around and said that too? Porsha, it's like if you gonna lie, you and your team need to sit down and come up with what it is because your sister looking like a deer in headlights every time we see her is giving it away. Y'all need to come up with a plan.
Speaking of a plan, let's go ahead and dive on into Porsha family matter signing. You had something to say, Debbie?
Yeah, one thing. I think the weird part about Porsha is like she's making a big deal about, you know, not being married right now. I feel like if there was no rush to get married, why y'all get engaged? So it's weird that she's not having to do these interviews explaining why they haven't planned a date, why they haven't thought about a wedding, and then why y'all get engaged. If you're dating and courting, that's fine. Had Porsha just said that she was dating Simon, I don't think it would have been a big issue. But you got engaged to that man and then told us that it was a 2-week or whatever. It's not, something ain't true. It's like if it's not a big deal to rush to get married, why did y'all rush to get engaged?
Wonderful question. Wonderful question.
It is rumored that white girl was why, because she wanted to lock him down for herself. And that white girl might have been, you know, a little prospect for her. So she might have pushed it. And at the end of the day, Porsha comes with Real Housewives and more clout. And that's what Simon wanted.
And I felt to get back at Miss Fallon girl. You know what I'm saying? Especially with finding out that, you know, she was with child and stuff.
I think he was angry.
Probably so. And I just felt like when I was watching her show, I was like, girl, you know, if you and Dennis, his dad, sorry, if you and Simon got together to get back at her exes, then just say that. But let's hop into the fact that Porsha and Simon gave details about how they connected, and they both said it not the right way. She said he hopped in her DMs, and he's saying, no, she hopped in my DMs. And she kind of tried to clear that up on Watch What Happens Live. She said that after she heard about the Birdie situation of Fallon carrying the child, she already knew what he was going to go through. So she decided to reach out to him. I was confused because I said, if this is your acquaintance and your friend and who you really know that is with a child that is about to go through a divorce, why not reach out to her versus reaching out to him? Something it didn't connect for me. What are y'all thoughts about it?
Why would I reach out to Lear instead of Bondy? It's like it doesn't make any sense. So I feel like when Porsha said that at her home, I'm like, bitch, you realize you just told on yourself. Because for you to say as a woman, I knew what it felt like to be divorced and going through whatever. So how did you as a woman not call the person you knew was not only getting divorced, she's pregnant? So why did you not think to call her? We've seen you hanging out with her. So I think Porsha showed who she is in that aspect because you reached out to a man for what? How could you comfort him? It doesn't make any sense. And people were saying they think that Simon told Shamia's husband about Fallon being pregnant, which then made her husband tell Shamia, and then Shamia told Porsha. And that's how Porsha found out. So it's like the Simon set it up for Porsha to feel okay to reach out to him because of the little bird.
I feel like Simon probably told that to Shamia straight up because it was rumored that there was a couples trip that took place in January, but Fallon didn't go on no trip from my understanding in January. So,
but even seeing the show and seeing Porsha, because when Simon said, "If I want to turn up, I'm going to turn up," and I remember Fallon saying before that she's a homebody. She don't she's a mom. I got 3 kids. I can't. Right. So with Porsha, she all over the place. I'm like, Porsha went from, protesting and always posting about shit going on. All Porsha posts now is her trip assignment. That's all she posts. She don't post shit else at all in another damn book. But it's weird that Porsha could have done great because she had this shit with Bolo. People felt like don't slut shame her for fucking Bolo. She could have really had a show and took off. And you got with Simon? Because God put that lady husband. God don't put nobody else's husband in no one's lap. God don't work that. My God don't work that way. So it's really she keeps making it seem as if everybody else is just obsessed with her life. It's like, no, bitch, you moving flawed. And you don't want anyone to just say, hey, what you doing seems fucked up. It doesn't mean that you're a home wrecker, because I don't think you broke their home. I think Simon and Fallon had issues before you came along. But you making it seem as if it's a lovely God's blessed bitch. The devil, that's half the devil and half somebody else. It ain't Jesus. I know that. So it's weird that she tries to make it seem like it's cool, because it isn't.
I feel bad for Lauren, because I feel like Lauren is going to have a stroke trying to keep up with Porsha's bullshit. When she was talking to Dennis, I just felt so. She was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm the little sister, nigga. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Like, it to me though, I'm definitely going to read Porsha's book, because I feel like there's something in that book that is going to explain the psyche of the dumb shit that I'm seeing here today in 2021.
You gonna waste your money. Waste your
money.
I'm
not.
I
thought the same thing.
When you don't get the understanding,
why would I waste my money? You think these people not gonna pay to hear me tell them what this whole said in that book?
Bondy, you tell me, because when she did that interview with Tamron Hall, I was like, something happened. Something ain't right. And it's a reason why you are the way you are. So you tell me. I'll be watching your reviews.
Okay. I think it got a lot to do with her father, passing away and not being there, and probably not always feeling secure. Because to me, I feel like, or feeling security, not secure, but security. Like, she's a very successful person. Even though at this point she has left Housewives, she has left Dish Nation, she's still successful, and you would think she has that security. But I feel like having an older man, it for me, I feel like it stems back to those daddy issues.
It has to, because that doesn't even make sense. Like, you was just fucking Bolo. So we know you're not attracted to pot bellies and, old daddy looking niggas. Like, we know that's not, you was passing out on the floor, tongue all out, pussy heavy, because you saw Bolo come out there with the abs and the big ding-a-lang thing. So
but
I just kind of feel
Cordell, the dude she was fucking with, and Dennis, who we seen it with,
Todd.
We've never really seen her.
Todd.
None of them look the same.
And the basketball and the football player.
Yeah, no one she messed with looked the same. So like, she went from Cordell to no other dudes to Dennis dead.
It's not a face thing, but they were body. Like, if you think about it, Cordell may have had money, but Cordell also was a football player and younger and still in shape. He's younger than fucking Dennis' daddy. And the next dude was another little nice looking dude. He was random as fuck, but he was still the football, right? Nice looking, nice body. Yeah.
Oh, we can't forget about the dude when she was doing Thoughtlandia. What's the little was he Mexican or something overseas?
I forgot. There's been a couple of little dudes in and out. And I feel like they have all been younger, attractive looking men. And now all of a sudden, here you come with Dennis, and then thereafter, Dennis' daddy. So it feels like either you're not making enough money, you're about to run out of money. Like, I don't know what's going on over there, but it feels like I'm getting older. I need to hurry up and get a man that can financially take care of me so that I can relax. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. And I don't understand if you're already making your own bank and put yourself in a position to make millions of dollars yourself, right? So why couldn't you just chill and take your time with some shit? Because to be honest, the way you were so ready to bring a man you don't really know around your daughter is problematic as fuck. And that's just true tea.
Because she more concerned about who Dennis bringing around than who the fuck Simon doing. It was weird that was her main thing about, you know, who will he have. Or I'm like, Simon is honestly a stranger.
Is a stranger. Yes, Jaylee, a stranger.
He's a whole stranger.
Yes,
you don't know
he's
that
a stranger. And did y'all notice whenever they were looking on the house tours, she bring her happy ass in there and talking about, we have 6 kids. They go to Simon's confessional. He says, I have 5. He says 5. You so happy to claim she wants his extra kids.
And then one of his balls.
Yeah, because
that's
the other question.
Like, she want us so badly to think that she turned on by Dennis' daddy and his balls and his pot belly. But girl,
in that nasty voice. What I want to know is why the hell is nobody in your family telling you what they genuinely think about this? What I thought was also weird is they keep showing the clip of Miss Diane saying this could either be the best thing for our family or a fiasco. What's the best thing for your family? What about Simon would be the best thing for your family and not your daughter?
I really think they think Porsha could be happy with him. But I feel like Lauren also feels like it's too fast, but she don't want to say shit. But I feel like when you are a sibling, it's hard for you to be like, you know, you want some fuck shit like publicly. Privately, yes. I feel like Lauren has told Porsha, I don't know, Porsha, you sure? And Porsha said, yeah. So I think Lauren is waiting to say, bitch, I told you, were you sure? So I think
just like Dennis.
Yeah, I think her demeanor shows us we know she's against it, but she also don't want to push Porsha away so that when she goes from sugar to shit, she can still help Porsha pick her ass up. Because Porsha helped Lauren get up when the baby left Lauren. I think Lauren fully don't support this shit, but she doesn't want to be the one to. She doesn't want to be another person telling Porsha you wrong. So let me just be supportive, but also my demeanor lets you know I'm not comfortable. But I'm still be here.
I agree with that because that's what I'm thinking. I think that's what's so complicated for her mom and her sister, like not truly condoning it deep inside, but also not wanting to be cut off financially, and also don't want to be cut off as far as her being one of the people that she can come to and confide. You know, basically having the ear view. Okay, to what's going on between her and Simon. And in terms of when her mom said, I think you said it was a clip, right, Necey? Was that like in the preview for the show of when her mom said this could be the best thing? What's making me wonder is if that statement could have possibly been about the family coming together, it could be the best thing for our family, or it could be a fiasco if it doesn't work. It could have been that. But yeah. What you say,
I think she was talking about the trip that they go on. But at the same time, it's also a trip so everybody could get to know and feel comfortable with Simon. And it also gives everybody the opportunity to voice that opinion in front of Porsha, which is why it could not be a good thing, because then everybody could tell her the truth about how, bitch, you crazy, this nasty, you sound stupid.
What are y'all thoughts about Porsha being upset about Simon's B-Day post? Because I felt like he exposing some history and stuff. That's what's going on. That's why she upset.
That's exactly what it is. That's
exactly
what it is.
If you in love and God put him in your lap, what you mad for? I get you. I double sided point. I get you want to keep some things private. I get that, but I feel like you can't be upset if he posts shit that you said. He said you brought the tattoo, this and that. So I do think sometimes you can't want to keep things private with a picture, but then talk about it all the damn time, and then say, "Oh, why you posted?" Because you talked about it. So it's weird. That's how I feel like Porsha. No, she doesn't really want to have it fully out there, because if you was really happy, you wouldn't have cared. You would have then said, "Babe, next time check with me," but you would not have been upset. He should not need your permission to post about y'all if y'all are a full-fledged couple, in love or whatever, if that's what it is, because that's your life. You may not say, "Hey, don't post too much," but if you want to post something here or there, that's cool. But for you to say, he needs your permission because you're the one who's in the public eye. No, now he is too, because he wants to be. You picked a man who wants to be just as famous as you is. So deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
And he know by posting you, it gets him attention. He don't post himself, he posts you. He doesn't post his kids, he posts y'all.
And let's not forget about all his arguing with Fallon, who wasn't even responding to him, but him having full-fledged arguments.
Which is why I think he posted it.
To make her mad.
Like he posted that to get
I haven't talked to Fallon, and he talked to Fallon. Y'all both have had some. Yes, y'all had. So it's that weird bullshit, and I feel like that's why Fallon was like, they making up shit about me, because it was Simon who was always posting shit. It really wasn't Porsha. It was Simon.
Porsha wasn't saying anything.
It was Simon. And y'all remember, think about like around this time, because we basically seeing everything on TV that we saw play out on Instagram. It was, they announced the relationship, then days and days and days, it was post. Simon wants attention. I couldn't agree with you more, Jaylee, on that. That's 100%.
Fallon said
doing way too much.
Fallon said Simon wanted her to get on Housewives of Atlanta. She got on Housewives of Atlanta. She didn't work out because she didn't really want to be on the show. Porsha, on the other hand, is fully engulfed in everything TV-wise. Porsha also likes rich men. So I do feel like either Simon plotted on Porsha and Porsha was in agreement with the plotation, and it's just playing out. They both are getting exactly what they want. He wanted to be with somebody who wanted to be on TV. He's now on their own. He's now a main character on Porsha's show after meeting her 7 months ago.
City boy.
Facts. And I believe he did want to be on TV because he got all these businesses.
Yes.
Free promotion.
So, do y'all think that Porsha still want to be with Dennis, and she's just mad that Dennis doesn't want to be what she wants him to be?
Yeah, absolutely. And especially the fact that she could tell him he can't bring nobody, but he can rent you a Sprinter. He could throw a brunch for you, but you just got a man that got all this money. Why he ain't throw no Mother's Day brunch?
No, he can bring a plus one.
So I'm like, yeah, she is concerned.
He can bring a plus one, but it can't be a female. What the fuck is why?
Ooh.
Unless she look like a buzz.
He could bring a homebody.
Right. Unless she look like
and
a
y'all
buzz.
know, I feel like Simon, you don't see that this lady still want to be with her ex the way that she's talking to you right now.
I think she thinks that he still want to be with his too.
He don't care.
But see, I don't think Simon want Fallon. Y'all think he want Fallon still, Simon?
I don't know if he wants her, but I honestly feel like
her miserable.
Yes. I think he wants to bother her. I think he wants to hurt her. And it's not because he wants her back. I think it's just because he's vindictive.
Sometimes he looked like he plotting. Like he looked like what's my next move in this? Okay, let me give her all these gifts to make it seem like I love, you know what I'm saying? Gifts. Let me post these, everything to me does seem a bit calculated from Simon. Even their conversation seems like one or both of them are trying to prove a point. I just don't know who.
I didn't like that he told her that he didn't mean to post what he posted, and then turned around and said his feelings in so many words shouldn't be hidden. I was like, that don't even go together. You didn't mean to do it, but your feelings shouldn't be hidden.
I
don't think the whole conversation. Go ahead, Necey.
Then he said, but we already told people about the tattoo, remember? In the same breath. So he like, what are we hiding that for? So yeah, he knew what he was doing.
Why she got 2 tattoos
and
it's
stuff you've already talked about anyway.
I said she might as well put daddy on the other, so it should have been Dennis daddy right on the back.
Because I didn't think when she showed the tattoo of Simon's name, I forgot about the matching tattoo she got from Dennis on the other ear. I'm like, Porsha, what the fuck are you doing? But even how we thought that Simon and Dennis were cool based on what they said on Housewives. But on here, Simon said if they didn't have kids, he wouldn't even talk to Dennis. I'm like,
Dennis is beneath him or something. It's like, well, child, we know what Dennis
the
lies,
the lies.
We know about the hot dog joint.
It's sad.
What did y'all think about Drew?
Drew needs to go to hell because
talking about some.
Drew needs to go to hell. Her and her ponytail can go straight to hell because you did all that Delilah energy talking, and here you come in front of the Delilah queen, and was like, as long as she's happy, bitch. She probably went home and talked so bad about Porsha.
Oh, she did.
Oh,
yeah. I went to that party.
Sure.
They didn't have nobody in that party. I wouldn't have been in that party neither if I wasn't on Real Housewives. You know, she's probably gonna be back next season. Child, that show ain't gonna do too good. That man and her ain't gonna stay together.
She said on I think what happened last night, she wasn't really done with Housewives of Atlanta. I knew
exactly.
Porsha needed a break. She needed a break to be able to have this done. But she said, I'm not done. And I'm like, Porsha gonna be back with the season 14. Porsha gonna come back in either 15 or 16.
Can you?
Exactly.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that, Jay Lee. She's returning. But you know, somebody said something that they mentioned that they feel like she could be holding out on this wedding stuff in hopes of securing another season.
Of her show?
Interesting. Of this show.
I think if she would say we plan to get married in 2022, that would give Bravo we'll do a show. So to make it, because the fact that she keeps saying we're not thinking about that right now, we're just dating, we don't want to see y'all date because y'all engaged. You are engaged to
and
be
you
married.
Blew your life up for this engagement. Like you was just complaining and crying, trying to cry about the PTSD that you're going through from people responding to you and this man being together. Then why are you not running to the altar and trying to get married? Why? Make it make sense. Because none of it makes sense.
She's trying to take on that I don't give up energy. That's why she said that she feels inspired by Giselle. That's what she said on Watch What Happens Live, because Giselle doesn't give a F.
Inspired.
So I think she's trying to move forward with that mindset of not caring. Yeah,
that's all you can do.
Giselle don't care because Giselle don't have shit going on. So it's easy to not care when you don't have anything going on. If Giselle had anything worth caring about, she would give a fuck. But she'll have her kids. But I mean, like, what could Giselle really care about to have a feeling? Porsha is more, I won't say popular, but Porsha has more show presence, I guess is the best way to say it, than Giselle. Giselle is only on Potomac. We see Porsha on more things than just Bravo. Porsha was on This Nation. You know what I'm saying? She had the little chat room show with Giselle. Giselle only has a little bit of clout right now. So I'm like, of course Giselle don't care. She ain't got shit to care about. If she had a man or there's something to like care. If Giselle has something that mattered outside of her kids, I do think Giselle will give a fuck more. Because usually that's when Giselle gets mad. When she has a man around who they're ragging on.
And lastly, I want to say that I'm here for Dennis only. And a little bit of Lundy, the cousin, as well, because she seems to have sense. And I just hope that if don't nobody else tell Porsha how they really feel outside of Dennis, I hope Lundy does. And I'm looking forward to Dennis's mom showing up because I feel like she may give me a little bit of Mama Joyce with just being honest and keeping it real. So I'm looking forward to that.
I agree.
All right, y'all. So that pretty much wraps up our show. Thank you guys so much for joining. Please don't forget on your way out to hit that like button. We appreciate you. And also, please be sure to follow us on all social media platforms, as you can see there on this screen. Okay. What else is next? The next week is going to be a very interesting week. Who do we have on Tuesday? Tuesday we got Necey. Next Thursday is going to be Bondy. Following Tuesday, Jay Lee. And then Thursday, the final show of the year for the Ooh Ladies First panel will be on my channel, but we'll put a schedule out for you guys, okay? These are going to be shorter shows, and you'll get them twice a week. for the next 2 weeks. Anybody else want to add anything? Anyone else care to add anything regarding the upcoming schedule?
Richie, our shows are normally 4 hours. Thank you very much. Okay,
I was just laughing at that comment too.
I said 6. But look, so what? I think
Not 6 hours.
We got 4 minutes left. Look, we have been grinding our asses off this year. Okay, we have only been off, I think, 2 weeks this whole year.
Oh, even 2? Has it even been 2?
Because it was 1.
I feel like it was 1.
I think it was 1.
Maybe it was just 1. Oh, because after that it was something different. Yeah, we only had 1 Thursday off, 1 off time this whole time. So
1 week off.
We did 4 hours to get to where we are now. We don't have to do 4 hours no more. Okay, so
we've narrowed it down, and those shows will be even shorter next week when we double up for the week. So
because we want time off too. We are. It takes a lot to produce our shows, find topics, take notes on that shit. So we want to have a little bit of time
all the
off.
stuff we do for our own channels. So
it's
a lot.
And
they have
and personal lives.
There's still more content on our channel, so
because we will still have our own stuff up, but we gonna it'll really be us off the week of Christmas and New Year's. It's like, give us a break, okay? Now we may pop on if Obama gets elected president again. We may come say, hey, what's going on? But again, other than that, we will see y'all in January.
And
it's a hiatus.
Also, we're toying with the idea of maybe doing some call-ins from y'all before the end of the year. So y'all be on the lookout. Follow OohLadiesFirstPanel on Instagram because that's where we'll probably say something. If y'all want to call in and talk to us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. But yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and peace right on out. Bye, y'all.